Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night clap back. Anyway, a lot of interesting stuff going on. There's a lot to talk about. I got a good guest to talk about said things tonight. I want to thank you all for being here in the chat. Look at all you gorgeous, lovely people. I see all of you. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with my esteemed guest tonight. So Giant Man funded, huh? All right, whatever. It is what it is. Speaking of a giant man, I'm going to bring in my guest, and it's this dude. What's up, Will?
Hello, Chad. How are you?
Stellar. How are you?
Good.
Awesome. Very cool. Do you like stuff?
I do indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. We got a lot of rad people hanging out with us, Will. I'm bringing this back first. Largo's Lair. Jim was first, right? We're taking back first. I want to start seeing people put first. So Largo's here. Grindhead Jim's here.
Hey.
Somehow you were in the chat like while I was waiting for you to show up. Epic Badger, Gojatron, JLS Comics. Samuel Edwards is here. Masterversal Toy Hunter, who totally freaking hooked me up with a septic hiss. Because ironically, it's one of the few hiss tanks that I don't have. I think it's the only one I don't have
one either.
Nice. Yeah, so I didn't have a septic hiss. I have the modern con version of it based on the DTC hiss tank, but I don't have the OG septic hiss.
Excellent.
That weird scaly canopy, but Masterversal hooked me up, and I will love it forever. Our good friend Brandon R is here. Chronically Online is in the house, and he says you are entering into another dimension, which is the Dolly Zone.
The Dolly Zone.
The Dolly Zone. Patrick Strauko's here. Eric's here. Good to see you, Eric. Mr. George Aiken's here all the way from the UK. Always
George, how
awesome
are you?
to have George here. Beta Ray Bob's in the house. Our good brother Gaz, because the good guys always win. And there's a couple others that I had to mention. Bam! Mr. Laser Pants himself is here. And don't forget, after tonight's show, please go over to 3POA and watch Mr. Laser Pants talk about Giant Man. World Made of Cardboard's here. What's up, dude?
What's up there,
and
John?
Media Clash is in the house. And
hey.
Mr. Mikey Kukovic, all the way from JMK Custom Works, is here. Good to see you. Dem Guts is here. Awesome. Steven's here. Says, howdy. I'm Sheriff Woody. Bear 11 Charlie, good evening. It's a beautiful snowy day.
Oof.
Where are you, dude? That's awesome. It's been really nice here in the mountainous Southwest. James from Ratface 44 is here. Bryant 3 Bravo is in the house. What's up, dude? Action Figs. Oh, we got a lot of awesome people hanging out. Thank you all for being here with me and Will. And we can all talk dollies together. How's the weather there in good old Florida, Will?
Oh, it's hot and humid, just like always. It's like freaking purgatory living here. It never changes. It's always the same.
Until January, when you see all the old ladies go out and they're throwing sheets over all their rose bushes.
Yes, ridiculous. I see it all the time. It's hilarious.
Bear 11 Charlie's in Great Falls, Montana.
But I will correct you. I am well accustomed to the winters. I did grow up in the Northeast. I grew up in New Jersey, so I've had my share. People take me for a Florida man, but I'm from somewhere even worse, Jersey.
You're from the garbage state. I'm from Brooklyn. We all wind up in Florida, and then sometimes people just kind of spill out. That's what I did. And then she has huge tracts of land. That's such a good movie. It's so quotable. Danny Geek's here. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you, buddy. Conrad Hauser, MD. Did you know that Duke was a medical doctor? Sup, Dolly AF. I'm Dolly AF. So, Will, we got a lot of people hanging out with us. And, the crazy thing is, you and I had this, like, rip-roaring, awesome conversation backstage, and I was like, Shit, man, we should have we should have saved
Yeah,
it. But
wait. Yeah, we were even late, right? I think.
yeah. So you have the 1-8 team, and for anybody who's hanging out with us talking dollies, why will you explain to everyone what the 1-8 team is? Pretty please.
Yeah,
Please.
sure. The 1-8 team is a show for the rest of us. Us 118 diehards. Us people that, haven't graduated to the higher articulation in detail of the 6-inch figures. No, I'm not making
That's
fun of
weird because
anyone.
I got plenty of 118
I
scale
have
figures with
I have plenty of 112 scale stuff too, but one of the things I like to collect is 118 scale stuff, and well, there weren't too many shows talking about it. So, I had a lot of friends in the community, and I would sit there and support them and listen to their Masters of the Universe streams and their Action Force streams and their this and that streams.
Look at this.
And no. And Marvel Legends streams and watch people's Marvel Legends collection tours and support them because, I love the community and I love everyone, but no one was talking about these little guys. So I just figured, hey, one day me and Largo had nothing to do and we started streaming and called it like the 118 Stuff Show. And then Grindhead Jim suggested the name the 1-8 team. And I kind of liked the way it sounded. So we stuck with it.
That's such a great name.
I like the 6-inch
apologize.
super dollies also, laser pants, but my favorite thing is vehicles. And that's actually, as much as I like the figures, vehicles, and that's kind of why everything revolves around G.I. Joe, because they had the best
Road
vehicles and play sets to go along with the figures. So
I went to hold up my skid mark and he fell and left a skid mark on
nice.
the floor. I'm a little slow. I feel like I'm a little rusty. I'm like a little out of practice because
Yeah. So we've only been doing it for a few weeks now. A new show.
Yeah, but it's such a great show, man.
And it's also about exploring other 118 scale lines that maybe don't get the the weekly news. Everyone's not talking about them. So far, I've been turned on to from guests, Beta Ray Bob. I don't know if he's in the chat, but the biggest enabler out there. He got me into Eagle Force. He got me into Common Rider. Jim Largo got me into Joy Toy. He sent me some of those, and now I'm kind of hooked on those as well. So, it's been a really good collaborative,
Yeah. Nobody wants to see my skid mark, apparently. That's fine. I got to back up a little bit. We got a very gracious $3 super chat from our buddy Just Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. And says, I can't hang long because of life, but for Slurpees. Thanks, brother. Really appreciate it. And Media Clash is saying, missed you on the Star Wars stream, Chad. Yeah, brother. I'm truly sorry about that. I really wanted to be there because it probably would have been twice as long, but life happened and I got stuck. So I do apologize for that. And yeah. Jim Largo says 1-8 team is Festivus for the rest of us.
Kind of.
So for the holidays, are you guys going to get out the Festivus poll?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe. Oh, Epic Badger says, have not articulated to more articulation. I guess I'm still sitting here in the kindergarten. It's all good. Laser Pants says, I like my 6-inch super dollies.
I love Laser Pants' 6-inch super dollies myself. I live vicariously through him and all the other, large scale collectors. But yeah, fantastic collection.
I'm not anti super dollies. I pick and choose them. They don't live in this room because I can't commingle scales. It bothers me. So they live in my game room. But I do have some more Action Force than Classified because we've been over that. That's a broken record. So anyway, Star-Lord 15, what is up? Thanks for being here. Says, I wish Star Wars would make more 118 figures. The vintage collection sucks.
they're overpriced for sure. I would
Yeah.
say for what they are, and without the support of vehicles and play sets, it really takes away from the collecting of the line. All the
Yeah.
previous iterations, from Kenner to even the Power of the Force 2 stuff, which I'd rather go back and collect some of that stuff rather
Freaking
than
T16 Skyhopper for the
Yeah.
first time ever.
Oh,
As soon as
think
I
got-
saw that, I was like, what? Yeah. That was pretty awesome. Grindhead Jim, also an awesome dude, great channel, who hung out with me on a Wednesday night toy talk.
Oh
says,
yeah.
I like to think that I float between the tribes, but then occasionally am in denial.
Hey, you like what you like.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, you asked if he was still here. And Beta Ray Bob says someone has to stand up for the little guys.
Yeah.
Who's going to stand up for poor Skid Mark?
Skid Mark. Who do I got? I got to have someone ridiculous. Oh, I've got my Gay Toys Inc.
Gay
Laser
Toys
Force
Laser Jet
with my knockoff pirate inside.
Oh yeah.
I picked
Dude,
him
that
up.
plane is so cool though, man.
Yeah.
And then that Battle Force 2000 jet with the pod in the back, it looked eerily like a Gay Toys plane.
Sure.
That's the name of the company. Anyway,
Gay Toys Inc. You have to just say the Inc. and then you're good.
Yes. Anyway,
especially when Googling it.
Yeah. So anyway, Doctor Googling,
which I had to do for my show.
Your spouse is like, what do you been? No, honey, I swear.
Yeah.
Ink. You got to put the ink on the end.
Yep.
Dr. Hauser. I miss my 118 BBI line for Toys R Us.
Love those. So many good pieces in that line. So good.
Fantastic detail. Awesome vehicles that nobody else had touched. The Abrams, the Command Post, the Bradley, all that stuff that they put out.
I didn't get any of the big ones, but I do have some of the smaller vehicles from that line.
Their Black Hawk is awesome. And that stuff is ridiculously expensive now. And it makes me sad. Yeah. BBI helicopters are killer. Yeah, they are. They
absolutely are.
And then Beta Ray Bob says, I'm here to keep you hooked, Will.
That's right. He threatens me.
Delta 17. What do you think?
It's going to be awesome. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but as soon as I saw them, one of these posters, I'd have my shirt on if I didn't just get home from work. But I think it's fantastic, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for them. I'm all in on that line. And, from the pictures I've seen, the different figures that they've offer, I think they all look great. And I just can't wait for it.
Just Jeff says, some Coast Guard in New Mexico got me turned on to 118 recently. I think you're talking about me, but I'm not Coast Guard. Yeah. So I get the joke. Just Jeff says, fades out of existence and into rumor. Is this for you? Is this for me? We call it large scale. Not you, sweetie. Not at all. Ted Darklaw's here all the way from Hello Dope Land. Good to see you, Ted.
Hey, Ted.
You're late. You owe everyone punch and pie. Yeah. See, now apparently we're making fat jokes. We're not making fat jokes. All the way from the great white north of Canada, my brother, my buddy, everybody's friend, Jay Bartlett. Good to see you, brother.
Love Jay.
Thanks for being here. Oh, Jay's the best. Yeah. Rocco the Great is here and says,
hey,
like button, boy. Thanks, brother. Thanks for being here. Oh, Mr. Vargo himself is in the house.
Michael.
Hello. Very, very cool. All right. Yeah, look at Laser Pants says, I have some Gay Toys Inc. toys. Yeah. I love the Battle Force. What in the actual frog does BBI stand for?
You got me.
I used to know that. I don't know. Somebody Google it. Tell the rest of us. This is what we're all here for, right? Sharing information. Again, something that Will and I were discussing backstage. Demgut says, imagine the wife seeing your search history.
Yeah, did a whole show on it Sunday and spent most of the week prior to it Googling.
Got to put the ink on the end. That's what she said.
That's right.
That's what she said.
Thank you. I had to have a reason to do it. Jimmy Purvis, what is up, dude? Thanks for hanging out with us. Says, I bought my granddaughter a 118 Dalai Lama at Tractor Supply. Does that count? Is it a 118 scale Dalai Lama or a 118 scale Dolly that is a llama?
I think they, what is it? Reuter or Schleit toys. They sell them at Tractor Supply, right?
Oh yeah, I have a big old crazy vehicle set of that.
Yeah.
That I was going to turn into something Z Force or Night Force. This is going to be all night. This is going to get my shit flagged. I don't know what's been happening lately, but my Sunday night chats have been getting like,
oh really?
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, if you're still here, man, when you guys do 3POA, because I know that the other 2/3 of 3POA love to swear a lot. Do you get dinged? Do you get like
what do
the
they do?
amber dollar
they
sign?
send you like restricted kind, or they?
No, when you go back into your little backstage YouTube and it tells you like for ads, you know.
Okay.
It's not really the best for ads, but yeah. Whatever. World Made of Cardboard says the Chatmate toys at Toys R Us were incredible. Now they are in many dollar stores. That's it. Blue Box Incorporated. Thanks, Mikey.
Nice. See?
I thought it was international, but yeah, Blue Box Incorporated. Cool.
Got to put the ink on the end, or else you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Chinese PLA impressed BBI to make all of their new 5th generation fighters and other weapons. Anyone hanging out with us, I'm not even going to say the term. If you don't know what this means, Google it. Time now. I hope you're not eating when you do that. You know what? Speaking of Chatmate stuff, Will,
Yes.
in the 1/8 team, what do you got going on with some sort of Chatmate business contest?
So, so Chatmate, if you follow the channel, if you're not following the channel, you may want to go check it out. But go to Chatmate, follow them on social media. They launched a brand new toy line this fall, and they've really upped their game. They're it's a full line of action figures, play sets, and vehicles that transform for 1/18 scale. And part of that is they made this. This is the Soldier Force version of it, which most of their vehicles, they're also doing a Soldier Force version. But these little suckers hit Dollar General stores about a month or two ago. And, well, if you're scrolling through social media, I noticed lots of dudes looking like us holding these things up. And over on the 118, we said, you know what? Most people bought these to customize them. So why don't you send in your results, and we'll kind of measure them against each other and have a fun little contest. So right now through November 19th, you could buy one of these, customize it, send me pictures, and we'll choose a winner at the end of November. So be pretty cool. Yeah, $15.
Yeah, that is super cool that you're doing that. And yeah, these vehicles are fantastic. They're not, they're not going to change the world, but they're fun. They're $15. They have really good articulation, good ratcheting joints, better than a certain Sentinel, I might add. And sky's the limit on these things. What I did with that PJ Mask, freaking stupid little turbo gecko mover, like you can make these things into fantastic stuff.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, mine is going to be themed for one of the factions for Delta 17.
Nice.
So I'm making mine a retrograd vehicle.
Oh,
so it's gonna be nice. Mega Force.
The only problem, Gaz, are the bolts. Those bolts are a bitch. If I can get Adam from Go Figure to actually cry cut me some bolts, dude, I'll do it. I will mega force that thing up. I'll even put a little sound thing in it, and you press it, and it goes like a mega force. And then, yeah, maybe, yeah. That's actually a good option. And then George Aiken says, "World Peacekeepers do great vehicles, but the figures are meh."
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're just kind of tossing them or using them as battlefield, dead.
Yeah.
You throw them on the ground.
But a
Cannon
couple of
fodder.
those lines, like the World Peacekeepers, where they would have the removable helmets with the nods on them, I would reuse those all the
Yeah.
time.
I will say this one impressed me. This is a Chap May figure.
What? That looks
Yeah,
like Shooter.
and she does not have
I'm
like
gonna make you
hip.
big. That's what she said.
She came with the as a matter of fact, let me go grab it. I'll show you the vehicle she came with. That was the Sam's Club exclusive, but that's a big win for Chapmay. She looks really nice.
Yeah, dude, that figure's rad.
That's that big honking vehicle. I got it over there on the floor. It's a big like APC with a jet that attaches to it.
Yes.
They had them at Sam's. You got the tank. I got the other piece.
I got the tank, yeah, and you got the APC with that RPA that launches off the top of it.
Yep. And I got that because they're doing that for that new acid line that they're putting out, which is like a sci-fi version of the same vehicle. So I wanted to see what it'd be like.
Maybe I'll call it the Mecha Force.
Mecha Force. Yeah. Nice.
Beta Ray Bob says World Peacekeeper figures are what my friends get to play with when they're at my house. Hell yeah. Dark Gutierrez is here. What is up? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Raven Witch 66 supporting the channel, evening chat and all. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, and glad to have you, buddy. Very, very cool. You gonna go get that vehicle?
Which one? The tank?
Hey, you don't have to. Here's something that I starred this.
Oh.
And usually what I like about Toy Talk on Wednesdays is I don't have notes. If I do have notes, it's probably like 3 or 4 things on a notepad off the side of the screen. I don't have to do freaking slideshows and 6 hours of, research and script and all this shit. We just go. We just chat, right? We're just talking. And I like when people in the chat segue us into other topics that we were going to talk about. So George Aiken is asking, is it true you can buy the classified Viper 3-pack for $15? Yes. And you know what's funny, George, is you're actually giving me the opportunity to you're giving me the opportunity to show you guys who's going to be on next week's show, where all of this is going to get addressed. So if anyone noticed I think it was mostly on Facebook, because Instagram's weird when you put out feelers like that. Some things are better for Instagram, some things are better for Facebook. So I put out a feeler on the 3POA podcast group, a couple other groups, and my personal Facebook page, and just asked, like, I need help. Who's holding pictures of all the Joe stuff at Ollie's? And the reason I asked is because next week I have a super freaking awesome, special, mega rad guest. And it looks like this.
Nice.
So next Wednesday,
show.
Yeah. So Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters and I are going to sit down, and we're going to talk about all the Hasbro stuff that is just clogging Ollie's and all the discount chains and etc.
And if you follow him, he's talked a little bit about it.
He's the master of that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really talk about the Joe stuff. It's mostly Star Wars and then, some Marvel Legends and things like that on the side. But So I had people in the community, because that's what we're all here for, right? We're all here to help each other out and all that stuff. So I had people from the community send me a bunch of pictures of all the Joe shit at Ollie's. We don't have Ollie's in New Mexico. And yeah, so we're gonna that's gonna be a pretty banger of a show. So
Yep.
oh, look it. Rachel Salinas is here. Good to see you, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
You owe everyone punch and pie. Every fall, I look forward to seeing what large military vehicle Sam's will get. Yep.
Yeah.
Been hoping every year for the C-130. Target gets that C-130 every Christmas.
They do. I've seen it there.
Yeah. So I've got 2 of them, and that's how I got them, was from Target.
Yeah.
But when you
I
check
even saw
Target, you have to check that far aisle where all like the Fisher Price little push carts.
It's like right before it transitions to something for seasonal. They do all big, play sets in there.
Yeah.
And I saw a dude. I don't know who it was. Maybe you know. But he chopped one of those in half and widened it, because a lot of that chat maze stuff is narrow or not very deep, and he widened it so you could fit like a vamp right in the back. Yeah. So awesome.
Yep. Chronically Online says, how dare he do your show before mine? Friendship over. Your friendship with me or your friendship with Jeff? So, I mean,
thank you, Dr.
I don't know
Jeff.
what to tell you, brother. Jay Woods, a little bit of me was hoping for Boog. What is? I get the joke, but I don't know anything about this Boog person. I just know that him and somebody else had some beef and whatever. I think most of that shit is dumb anyway. Dragon Reborn is here. What's up? Good to see you. Hey. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Jim Largo. I'm not going to highlight what Jim Largo just said, but thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Conrad Hauser, MD, says Ollie's, the great American toy store. And, Will and I were talking about this backstage.
Yeah.
Ollie's is what Big Lots used to be, and Big Lots is what Kmart used to be, and everybody's just kind of scooting over a little bit. And I'm sure someone is what Radio Shack used to be, and pretty soon Best Buy is going to be gone.
Radio Shack.
Did you see that they're all going to stop carrying physical media?
I did see that. And, it was funny because I saw at my Walmart, they had that big dump bin in the middle of the aisle with like the $5 DVDs.
Yeah, you get some good movies in that.
Pulling them out and stuffing them in their cart. And I don't know if it was because of that news, but I did walk by there like, what's up with that? Because I
get a bunch of films from that $5 DVD thing. Every time I go to Walmart, it doesn't I could just be going for like cat litter, like nothing fantastical. But I will always go buy toys. I will always go buy hardware. I always in hardware, I always need some kind of like spray paint or super glue or some kind of Dolly Craft shit. And then I always swing by that big $5 bin. Always. And I just raid that thing. What is it called at Target? Hero Force?
I think so. I was just looking through my camera roll because I went there last week.
Yep.
They didn't have the C-130 or the big plane. They did have that ocean set though out already with that big sub.
Yep.
It's really nice. It's got a really big 1/18
That's
scale
the one
sub.
that Scuba Pete made into that freaking Cobra sub with that pimp cane. Yeah.
I saw that.
If I see that this year, I'll snatch that. But yeah, I believe it's called Hero Force. Rachel, I think you're the best, but I am not going to get up and pull that down off the wall. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's very high and I need a stool. George Aiken says, in the UK, G.I. Joe does not exist on the toy aisles. It's funny. And again, this is something that Jeff Hicks and I will talk about because, we're not just going to talk about Ollie's, but we're going to talk about distribution issues. And, Will, you and I were talking about this. We're also going to talk about why is it that fan channel things like Sergeant Slaughter and the Viper 3-pack and that friggin' Fortnite Snake Eyes are showing up in Ollie's, but there's a reason for that. And the answer to that is going to come next Wednesday. But, Will, you and I were discussing that we see all this stuff in Ollie's and everybody's bombarding me with the photos, which, again, I can't thank everybody enough for helping me out with that. But you were saying that you see photos that people post from certain areas of the country, and it's just like pegs and pegs and pegs and pegs. And then, like, what's your experience?
Oh, absolutely. Like people will be posting certain figures that are abundant on their coast. And then over here in Florida, I never saw them. I go to Walmart just about every week.
Yep.
I'll hit up Target and some of the other stores a little less frequently than that, but often enough where they'll just have the same, or even if it's an assortment, we'll just get like assortment A, and somewhere else in the country we'll get assortment B.
Right.
And people will be saying, I never saw those, but I see them all the time. So it's just all mixed up because, like I said, it's not until you're in a group for a specific action figure or, a toy line. Like, for example, Spin Master's Batman is like one of the ones that I've been collecting for the last couple of years. And there were two figures in that were very hard to find. One was Green Lantern and the other one was Lex Luthor. People on the West Coast had pegs full of Lex Luthor and they couldn't get rid of them. People on the East Coast got Green Lantern, but so like we were like, what are you talking about? And other people were like, yeah, I don't get it. Then in other more extreme cases, and not the one that I'm talking about, I'll see other people say, I never saw this in stores. Now Ollie's has them stacked up from floor to ceiling, cut cased. And how did that happen?
Yeah. That freaking just that standard Crimson Guard classified. I never saw it. Never, 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 ever. Never saw it anywhere. Not a Target, not a Walmart, not a GameStop, nothing in New Mexico. And then all these people are taking pictures of literal friggin' pallets 6 feet high of Crimson Guard. Or Zorana, nothing. I've seen Rock and Roll, Shipwreck, the fucking Scrap Iron, and the retro Gung Ho and Lady J that are peg warming. Also, and that's all I've seen.
The retro G.I. Joe 4-inch figures and vehicles that came out, they had the Awe Striker, the Hiss, and then the Hiss 3. Okay.
And the Fang.
I never found I never found I never found one Walmart with both in my area. I found the Hiss at one. I ordered the Hiss online, I believe, and they sent me an Awe Striker instead. So I just kept it. So I was like, all right. But I never saw that Hiss 3, and now they're showing up in Ollie's at $12.99, which I was able to pick up 2. That's all they had at the Ollie's I went to. I've seen other people. I think Drew G was talking about it. He said they were stacked up to the ceiling.
Like, I've had so many people, because everyone knows I have this weird obsession with Hiss tanks. They're like,
I know.
Hey, there's like 20 of them at my Ollie's. How many do you want? Joe Ricondo is sending me voicemails from New York while he's working.
I love getting voice messages from Joe Ricondo.
Yeah.
He's such an awesome
that's all he sends. So I got all these voice messages. He was like, hey, I'm going to go hunting for some Hiss tanks. I know you got a thing for those. How many do you want? And I was like, whatever, dude. Like, I got the funds. If you guys got the,
I said,
goods, right? Because we're all like, gimme, right?
At $12.99, come on.
Ooh, I do have a photo that I'm going to show next Wednesday that it kind of irritated me, and it's a case of Hiss tanks. Because you know how they open those shipper boxes, right? And they use them to stack them. You know what I'm getting at, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cut all the boxes all the way around. And I was like,
who
the does that?
You got to have some skill. I know. Yeah, man. I used to do that. You gotta know what you're doing. Or you take the product out, you cut case it, and you stack them back in.
Or you only use the tip.
That's what she said.
Hey, G-Force Racing 20 is here. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Sorry, I had to do it. I had to. And then Action Fig says, well, no DVDs will free up half the aisle space in Walmart on Black Friday for Funko Pops.
Yeah, that Funko Pop section seems to get bigger every time I go.
It's physical games, too. Games really? and DVDs and Blu-rays. All physical media gone.
Well, I will tell you, on
selling
games,
those stupid little cards.
Yeah, on games, I've been only digital for like 10 years now. So, I've pretty much abandoned console gaming, PC gaming only, and all digital.
Yeah. Look at this. Master Son 42. If you've been here for 10 minutes and Chad does not recognize you, does he owe us punch and pie? I mean, I'm not at the position of attention, but Maybe. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. I'm one dude. Anyway, thank you for being here, Master Son. It's always good to see you, sir. Roger, sir. Thank you for being here. Fucking ass. I love Master Son. He has the most brutal intros. Beta Ray Bob. TJ Maxx has a shrunken down version of that C-130 that probably fits better with 1/24th scale. Yes, they also have the 1/24th scale V-22 Osprey, which looks really freaking good, right? But it's 1/24 scale.
That's another. Speaking of, but they'll do sets like today. I saw this set where they're just way off scale. Like here's some knockoff Chatmay stuff, but you see the guy like is sticking out the top.
Rescue team.
There was another one where, it comes with two vehicles, but they're both too small to fit a figure in. Like that thing, you can't even put a figure in it. And then there's a jet.
And I looked really hard at that piece itself, and I was like, eh. Yeah.
Like you can't really see it, but I was at there's a Ross right by my store, so it's
speaking of Ross,
nice.
Best Buy in Plattsburgh, New York became a Ross. Darwinism, people.
Dress for less.
Yeah. Hey, look, Payne's Toy Samples is here. What's up, dude? Good to see you.
Sorry.
Thanks for being here. Did I say that TJC was here? I'm sorry. I guess I owe him punch and pie per Masterson. It's good to see you, Terry. Thanks for being here, brother. Rachel says Texas Ollies are just now starting to get the good Joe stuff. Yep. Yeah. And that's something that Jeff Hicks and I are we're really going to beat up on that next week. Kiwi G.I. Joe Customs and Collection. What is going on? Says, what's up, mate? Thanks for being here. And then George Aiken says, imagine having to pay $10 a month just to order G.I. Joe stuff. No. Imagine paying $30 for bent weapons and broken limbs. That's the thing. Apparently that's the thing. I wasn't tracking that even happened. And then somebody was on and they were like, Scuba Pete. And he showed me his eel weapon. And I was like, what the frig is that? And they were like, it happens all the time. But I don't buy that shit. So, I mean, whatever. But if people like it and people want to buy it, that's totally cool. If you want to spend your money on a figure and then spend your money on weapons packs. And I guess it's a win-win for people like Bobby Valla. Raven Witch says, I don't think I ever saw a Spin Master Green Lantern, only saw LL. Oh, Lex Luthor in the 3-pack.
In the 3-pack, yep. And he's in South Carolina.
All I see, Black Adam. Tons of Black Adam.
Oh, that stuff's just rotten on the shelves. And the some of the Flash movie stuff too. They're just sitting on those. And then TJC Chad, are you still on for a Wildlands stream Thursday? Yes, I am.
Nice. Absolutely.
Dang.
Fat Red Foo? Fat Red Foo. Did I say that right? Dang.
I think so. I'm glad you said it before I tried.
This is dang. Paul Morales. Hello, everybody. How you doing,
hey, Paul?
Good to see you. Daredevil Dave. I don't know if you squeaked in, but it's good to see you too.
Daredevil Dave's awesome.
Oh, Jesus. Look who else is here.
Big Bacon.
Big Bacon. What's up, Patrick?
He's a cool guy. Yeah. Him and Robert's Infinite Realm do a great show.
Yeah, they do. I always try to catch it whenever I know it's coming. I'll catch it. Here in Southern California, we don't have ollies. Yep.
No ollies.
Yep.
Do you have something else like an alternative to it? Like I was asking Chad that, I know in the Northeast they have Ocean State Job Lot, which is pretty much like an Ollie's or more or less what Big Lots used to be, but no alternative to that.
Nope.
Okay.
But Darth Gutierrez has In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, I've never had.
You never had In-N-Out?
Never had In-N-Out.
In-N-Out is one of those, it's a discussion all unto itself. I don't think it's like the greatest food to frickin' write home about. But it's trendy.
Or what's the other one? Jack in the Box.
Jack in a Box. Yeah, we got Jack in a Box in New Mexico. Our big thing here is Blake's Lotaburger. If you've ever watched freaking Breaking Bad,
they used to have Whataburger in Melbourne, Florida, about an hour
we got
away from
Whataburger.
me. And Whataburger just pulled out of Florida for some reason. They just closed all their Florida stores and left. I don't know why, but it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, I like Whataburger. It's pretty good. Action Figures says physical media is leaving, but just the past 2 years we've seen vinyl and cassettes, right?
They have a whole end cap of vinyl at my Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, they're selling record players, but no. You don't need those DVDs. Wait till we bring back VHS and Betamax.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they're gonna do. That's the next move. Are you turning off your camera to smoke your thingy? I don't give a shit, man. Just do it on camera if you want.
I know. Just don't want to, corrupt the kids. They see how cool I look doing it. I'm just kidding. I know I'm a loser.
That doesn't make you a loser, man. If anybody calls you a loser for that, fuck them. Patrick Strauko said, I had to switch to downloading games because when my kids were little, they kept destroying or losing my discs.
Oh, my God. Patrick, I'm not even going to... Man, when you have little kids... I caught my kid one time, like using like a disc as like a skate and skating across the floor. I was like, ah! This is like one of my worst nightmares. Yes. One of my worst nightmares. I think it was my
It's the same thing as like, if you have young children or asshole cats, don't buy a new couch, right? It's that kind of thing, but yeah, it happens. Scrolling. So, hey, speaking of, World made a cardboard, and I started this intentionally. World Peacekeepers made an A10 that was just beautiful. All their vehicles were cool. Their vehicles were super cool. They did make very awesome A10. We were talking about that 124th.
You know a little bit about that?
Yeah, maybe a little. We were talking about that 124th scale stuff that they have at TJ Maxx and Ross. It's like that Air Force, right? That Air Force brand. Well, I got this bitch.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Oh, man.
I went last week and I looked. I was going to get one for you, but they had Jack and shit at my TJ Maxx.
Jack and shit?
Yeah, wow. They did not have it. But yeah, looks sweet. And I saw the picture, and I've been seeing a ton of other pictures from people all over the country popping up. But, what I thought was weird was I saw a comment saying, like, it's like they took the old mold and made it worse or something like that. But is it?
It feels fine to me.
Yeah.
Like reaching in here,
but
feels,
it's cheap too, right?
Feels thick. Yeah. It was $20.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, for $20, it's the exact same scale as the Rattler, like the wingspan, the length of the airframe, the whole 9 yards. It even has the freaking little turret.
Oh, nice.
For the dude to hang out in.
I think that's badass, man.
I think it's great. They even put good kind of riveted detail in the canopy. It's kind of hard to see it with the light, but it's got great detail. It looks cool. Plus it has the twin engines in the right position.
Yep.
I'm digging this plane. I'm going to go freaking ham on this thing. So
I'm definitely going to check again this weekend. I heard, I don't know which way distribution works. Some people say it goes West Coast to East Coast.
I think it depends on the brand, right? Yeah. Because, and a lot of people saw that play out with Action Force. Like he had something come into the port of Los Angeles. He had something come in someplace else. And yeah,
so I'm
really just kind of,
it's not too far for TJ Maxx.
That'd be cool. Kiwi G.I. Joe Custom says in New Zealand, we have Kmart. So we get some really cheap, cool military. Yeah. See, that's awesome.
Yeah,
they had some good stuff.
Carrying all of that Chatmate stuff, all that good stuff. And there's stuff that doesn't even hit U.S. shores that they do. Chatmate's made like medieval sets, pirate sets. They do all kinds of like other fantasy, like mythology sets that never really hit the U.S. soil because the markets over there, they buy those toys. They just don't buy them here.
Darth Gutierrez says in May, I bought a Marvel Legends Hydra Stomper for $12.
Dude, that's a sweet deal.
I got one over there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's like sitting on the corner of like my little customizing table. In fact, when I was making the video for this sucker, you could see the Hydra Stomper sitting off in the corner in a couple of the shots. But yeah, I'm going to do something with it.
I love it, though. It's a cool design. It's one of the cooler things to come out of that whole
it really is. And I got the normal legend size one, and then I got that weird one that's like an inch shorter.
Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Somewhere. That's generally the answer, right?
But yeah, like somewhere. Disney's, what is that? That Disney website, they had like a 50% off sale.
Yes,
so I got it for like under $20 and free shipping.
It was dirt cheap.
And it came with a useless, like cartoonish Agent Carter, but you know, the Hydra Stomper scales for 4-inch perfectly.
Oh, it absolutely does. Jason says, thank God for Valorverse weapons packs. I use them to replace all my classified figures.
I don't think you could beat those. They're such a good value and such a good quality. You just can't
the
beat
detail on those weapons are fantastic. Star-Lord 15, Albertsons, like the grocery store?
Yeah, they used to have that around here. They all...
You don't have Albertsons?
Publix bought them, and then made even more Publix. So now
yeah, but so in Vero, we had Publix, right?
Yeah.
Vero Beach, which is not far from where you are. Well, we had Publix, and then Albertsons came in. And remember Albertsons? It would voice would say the prices, and everyone was like, have you been to Albertsons? The fucking register tells you how much the items cost. It's incredible. You got to go. And then people stopped going to Publix. They were all going to Albertsons.
I went to the one that they had two big turntables instead of a belt. And you just throw all your stuff on there.
Just go around. Man, that thing was rad. So Albertsons,
they're gone. Publix bought them out, turned them all into Publix. So it's like Florida just, is horrible because it's like Walgreens, CVS, Publix, Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Walgreens. If you drive up the road, you just keep passing. It's like the old cartoon scenery where you just keep passing the same crap over and over again. McDonald's, it just sucks. It's the same thing.
Remember being a kid in South Florida and randomly stopping into an Eckerd's drugstore with my mother when they used to have those turnstiles that you would have to wait to open. And we went into this Eckerd's and I randomly found only one Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker with the soft goods cloak.
Oh, sweet.
And I was like, I need this.
Yeah, they used to carry action figures everywhere when I was a kid. The supermarket would have action figures in one of the aisles.
Sure did. Yep.
You'd be able to find them at stationery stores and all kinds of places. Now, not so much.
Yeah. Raven Witch says, Tiger Force Duke and Ram Cycle at Ross for $10.
Yep.
Another thing that we're going to be talking about next week too. And there's reports of the bat showing up as well. Yep. Look at that. In-N-Out is overrated. Lame.
Oh, well, that's because it's near you.
In-N-Out rocks.
That's because you have it.
Speaking of catching people when they first slide in here, Ghost Daddy, our good brother Jeremy Jernigan is here. Good to see your brother, and says In-N-Out smells like a homeless soup kitchen. There's so many like euphemisms that we really only use like in the military that like somebody like Jeremy would understand, or Largo if he's still hanging out, or if he's not, fist fighting with Eduardo. But like my wife and I love to use the vernacular like fucking hobo camp. Like, what do you got going over there? You got like a hobo camp? Like we always say that to like our kid. Or like if my wife gets a little busy and like the interior of one of the cars gets messy, I look at him like, what are you building a friggin' hobo camp in here?
Yeah. What was the reference Laser Pants used? Dirty Mike and the Boys from
Dirty Mike and the Boys. Yeah. Thanks for the F shack.
And they didn't get it. And then he's like explaining it. And I'm like, Dirty Mike and the Boys. Yeah.
It's so good, man. TJC says the problem with losing physical media is that if they close the game stores on the consoles down, you will struggle getting your software. Sony tried it with the PSP and the Vita.
Absolutely. Also, if you signed up for some of those, like Nintendo had that game store for the Wii back in the day. And instead of just like rolling that digital content forward to the next generation, they cut it off and you lost all of that. So I bought a bunch of like retro games and stuff back when, the kids had that, but you log on now and it's gone.
Well, so, okay. If we jump in our way back machine, the original Pandemic Studios Battlefront 2, when they launched that game And then that was one of the first games, that like Halo 2, when they were starting to really experiment with downloadable content on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And so Battlefront 2 had that freaking awesome Jedi Temple map and a couple of others. And then it ported to the Xbox 360. If you already had the downloadable content, it would carry over, but you couldn't still get the downloadable content from the store. And then once that shit made it to like the Xbox One, and now I have a Series X, fucking forget it. That stuff is just gone. It's gone. Like I could still play the base game, but none of those maps.
But if you had the physical media and you really wanted to, you could track it down. Also, I've heard of them on some streaming software. They're editing movies or taking things out, and they're not the same. To make them for today's audiences.
Agreed. Woodman29 says, late but here. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here, Woodman. You know the rules. You owe everybody punch and pie. Apparently, I do too. And then Chronically says this to Jeremy with little emojis. Chronicly's like, he's witty. He's quick. Yeah. And then George Aiken says, that looks like a more sturdy Rattler. I think it's a real sturdy vehicle, but again, I mean, what were you saying backstage, Will, that people were what? They were complaining about it?
I don't know. Like someone was just shitting on it. And I was like, why? It's, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. If that thing was $100, $200, yeah, beat the hell out of it because, but it's a $20 toy.
At the end of the day, the old adage will always apply. You get what you pay for. If you're buying a $20 toy because it fits the scale of your world building, you know that you can do something fun with it that's going to make it yours and unique. And you understand that it's $20, whatever, right? It's not like you're paying for a fucking HasLab Sky Striker with a bunch of figures that are separated off the cards or a Sentinel with knees that are shitty. And on and on and on and on, right? You're not paying for those premium items.
Missing wings or whatever happened.
No missiles, no seats.
Just crazy.
As soon as that Sky Striker came out and all the QC issues started popping up on social media, that price just went down. It's come back up to about 200, 250. But Raven Witch says, pardon me, back around 2012, I had the true 1/18 scale, highly detailed F-16. That thing dwarfed.
Absolutely,
I have the click and play F-18 with the folding wings. That thing's big. That is a big plane. I also made it into Maverick's Top Gun 2 plane. And then Rachel says, so who's going to be the first figure to get sucked out? You know. It's got to be Skid Mark.
Yeah.
And then Jay Woods asked, did Chad just diddle a Thunderbolt?
He did.
I did. I went like that. I mean, I was on Analog Toys and we were talking about the Haya Toys 4-inch Joes, and I kept talking about how the hands are built and the peg doesn't go in, the peg comes out, and so you had to, and I kept doing this. I kept doing that. Yeah. Jason, where did you get that A10? I actually didn't get it. My buddy Tristan found it and sent it to me because, like Will, I couldn't find one anywhere in New Mexico. Apparently, they haven't stocked in this direction yet, but it's supposed to be a holidays thing. TJ Maxx and Ross are supposed to carry them. So both of them, yeah. And then, Star-Lord is at TJ Maxx. Yes, TJ Maxx and Ross. And then Drew G said nothing to the south. Nothing what to the south, my friend?
I don't think he's seen any of those yet.
Oh. Secondhand toy dealer, what is up? Thanks for hanging out with me and this fantastic looking dude. Is that A10 a current manufacturer toy, or is it a vintage toy just got here? No, it's currently being made. It's got a U.S. Air Force tag on it. The name of the company is it's the Toy Association. And yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, this dude looks really big in this turret, but
he really does. Yeah.
The plane itself is freaking fantastic. So yeah. That's yeah.
Well, maybe not realistic. It's a good play feature though. Turrets are always good.
If you don't like it, it's $20. grind it down, put something over it, done. Whatever. Put a whole plate over it. Who cares? Just have fun with it. And you know, that's something I kept trying to stress with this freaking Kids Connection chat stuff, right? So we're talking about cheaper toys.
Yeah.
I spent $20 on that thing. I took a couple of leftover Terradrome parts, greebled a few things, put some freaking, you know, that $2 spaghetti string stuff that you get from Hobby Lobby, and stickers, and there it is.
It came out amazing, and I loved how certain Terradrome parts fit in the cavity, like it's just perfectly.
The jail cell door, when I was messing with it, like, oh, I think I might, and I accidentally just clicked it right in, and I was like, everything fit perfectly.
I've got the ship that comes with that right here.
Yes, I see it right there.
And you know, I just did a quick easy paint job on it to make it look a little retro and old, but
I was going to make mine into a Mark II Cobra Stellar Stiletto.
Nice. And this is a Dollar Tree Final Faction figure.
Yes.
With a Dollar Tree Jurassic Park mini head glued onto its
That's rad.
And he is an alien that flies the ship. But yeah, I still haven't done anything with the body of mine. I was going to use it as part of that Delta 17 mech depot. You know, I was going to use it as that, but I instead decided to use, I have a parts for a 92 G.I. Joe base that I'm going to use with it.
Yeah.
It's going to look pretty cool.
I'm still messing around with what I'm going to do with mine. I thought about taking, like I did with that PJ Mask, where I take the 12-inch Marvel figures and chop their hands off and give him actual hands. And I was looking at putting a big cannon on his shoulder, but we'll see. Mikey from JMK Custom Works, who is one of the best action figure customizers in the frickin' world. I don't know if you saw his video about that Cadet Deming.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just amazing. The fact that.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, just like that. One, I love that he's showing us the techniques and how to do it. But then when he freehands that Cobra symbol on it, I was just like, all right, you know what?
Yep.
And then you just do this. It's like, it would be like me saying, okay, and then you just quickly do a backflip and just nailing it, you know? And I'm like,
you think you're good at making customs, and then you hang out with guys like Mikey.
Yes.
Or God forbid, Matt LaCroix.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh yeah, you mean that little tiny symbol? Hang on. And they just freehand it. And I was like, okay, whatever, dude. I'm leaving. You know, I'm gonna go choke myself in the corner, but they're so good with that stuff.
But still love watching it though. It's just something about watching the process that's so relaxing and also entertaining for me that, you know, I can't get enough of it.
And I love Mikey to death, and he's such a pro. And I thought it was really cool that, like, he came out of the gate with his YouTube channel with that video, like, oh, this is how I Dremel this and I do this and that. And he makes it look so effortless. And then in my dumbass, like, Missile Command headquarters video, I'm like, so I might do this. I don't know.
It's like, no, it's great. That is excellent video. Also, just watching the processes. Like I said,
you know,
I love the toys. I love people's collections, but it's the stuff like your last video with that Missile Command Center, Mikey's tutorials, and all of those channels that are making their stuff. Because, you know, at some point the toy companies, it's like, you know, forget it, I'll do it myself, you know, because you can't just wait for them to come out with, they just don't make great choices. So you got to do it yourself. But just something about that creativity and the process that goes into it is probably the most enjoyable part of the community for me.
Yeah. And I love the fact that one person can make a vehicle and spark someone else's creativity. Like, I saw somebody took a snowcat, painted it olive drab green, and put the turret from the armadillo on top of it.
Badass.
Because all this stuff is interchangeable, right? And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. And then somebody else took that inspiration, took a Mobat and the G.I. Joe Slam, took the top turret and the main gun off the Mobat and put the Slam on it.
Nice.
And then I looked at that because the Slam already has those neon orange missiles. And I was like, I have an extra Mobat. and an extra slam. I'll take the missiles off. I'll paint it friggin' Night Force. I'll put the missiles back on it, right? And everybody's just kind of like, it's not even that people are like, oh yeah, well you did this. Well, I fucking made skid mark. What's up?
No,
like
it's just like
no one's trying to one up each other. It's not Spotlight Ranger at all. It's like I take inspiration from this guy here. I take inspiration from that person there. Boom, boom, boom. It's so awesome.
Listen, I hated the
customizing
92 base. The G.I. Joe 92 base, I never liked it. I saw your Night Force version of it.
Night Force.
And then when I was at Joe Fest and that guy had that box of parts, I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Because what am I thinking? Night Force base. Holy shit. And then that kind of transformed into Delta 17 Retrograde base. But, it's still,
And you can do that's what I'm trying to like. Now I have a new motivation because so many people are like, dude, I got so much good quantifiable feedback off that video, which by the way, that video friggin' exploded. It's almost at 12,000 views. For me, that's a lot.
Man. That's
is
awesome.
Lot.
Yeah.
And I guess
a week old? How long?
6 days. Yeah. So
it's awesome.
I don't know. I guess I just slid right into the algorithm, whatever. I'm not like, tooting my own horn or anything, but I've seen a lot of people say like, oh, that's really cool because I've always wanted to do something like that. And I just keep stressing, if I can do this, anybody can do it. Because I really can't do figures. Like, I mean, I can to a degree, but nowhere like Mikey or say Matt LaCroix or even Adam Ant, guys like that they just do like amazing work.
Yeah.
But I took everything that I gleaned off of Mikey and Matthew when the three of us first became friends. And I kept asking them, like, what I thought was stupid shit, but they were always like, yeah, no, that's not a stupid question. Like, here you go, like do this or, buy this, get that. And I just transferred that to vehicles and play sets because for me, the larger items they're a little more forgiving and I can do a lot more drastic stuff to them.
Yeah.
So that just kind of became my niche, sort of my forte.
It's always been about vehicles for me. So,
yeah.
I think that's the main attractor is I love the vehicles, and I used to love putting them together. That was the best part. They all came on a sprue and you had to build them like a model kit.
Yep. And then somehow I went down the rabbit hole and 50 HISS tanks later, whatever. So anyway, Mikey says, I always thought a Hydra Stomper would look cool repainted as a Russian mech. Would look great with a certain upcoming Cold War era
118 scale line. Yeah. And that could be
little longbow action.
Yeah. Call sign longbow. And that's kind of what I'm going with this mech is it's going to be like a decommissioned Cold War era mech that retrograde and, they're trying to kind of bring it back, and Delta 17 is going to have to assault the base and take them out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Viewmaster, what's up? Says the Disney Hydra Stomper has the Steve Rogers inside. It would have been cool if that figure was removable.
Yeah, I plan on just yanking him out, and within that cavity, you should be able to, squeeze a 118 scale figure in there or something. Right.
Well, apparently it's morning on the other side of the world because Lilith and Zazel are here.
Zazel, how's it going, buddy?
It's good to see you both. Thank you. And apparently it's morning in Canada because Tallgeese Zero sends a $4 super chat with no comment. But thanks, Zero. I really appreciate you, my man.
That's awesome.
God, the Tallgeese is so good. I saw a T-shirt the other day, Zero, and it was just the mech. Well, not mech, and it just said Tallgeese on it. And I was like, oh, I was thinking about you when I saw it. And Samuel Edwards says, my truck looks like a hobo camp. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So now we're getting into all the comments, right? Hot dog water. Jim Largo says, stop hobo shaming. That's my people.
Oh, geez. Yeah. That's pretty far back where we're talking hobos.
Yeah. And then Viewmaster says, now the Cobra Viper 3-packs are on sale at Ross stores for $15. That's a sale. Amazon sale has them for $70. Yeah. So at the beginning of the show, Will and I were kind of talking with everybody who was already here. Not to pick on you late people, but so next week I'm having Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters on, and we're going to talk all this stuff, like all the stuff that you see at Ross are not just Ross, but Ollie's, TJ Maxx, why you see those things at those stores, like Sergeant Slaughter, the Viper 3-pack, the Fortnite Snake Eyes, the fan channel. Like, why do you see those fan channel items? And it's just a, because I didn't know. I had to ask. I got the answer. And like Will and I were talking backstage, whenever one person has that question, there's always going to be 50 people that have the same question. So Jeff Hicks and we're going to break that all down next week. But yeah, got a lot of visual representation about all that stuff. Lilith says, let's all jump in Chad's foxhole when he starts his car rant. I haven't done one of those in a while. And the weird thing is that the beginning of this video, and I said, before I was known as the guy who yelled in my car, I was known as this. And then some dude commented, he's like, so no more car rants? I was like, no, I didn't say that.
No,
I didn't say that. But it has to hit me. And I haven't had any lately, I'll be honest. Wow, we're like 10 minutes behind the chat. That's kind of usual for me, right?
Yeah, it happens.
Jason said those versions of Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 are awesome, better than EA's. You're damn right. I will still play that pandemic version all the time. And on Steam, there are ridiculous mods. Yeah. What is everybody doing? Did you ever get down with that stuff? Did you?
What's that?
What they're talking about?
Well, when I was a kid, yeah.
I never did.
Kid, but
I never did, and now it's legal, and I'm about to retire. And like, I believe in like privacy and personal discretion and things like that, but I also think that to a degree there's something about being like vulnerable and open with people at the same time. I'm on a shitload of meds, a lot, and my kid, who is 16 and of that new generation where like, it's legal in most states and it's just common and everybody does it. Unlike our generation where it's like, that's illegal. What are you doing?
Oh, are you kidding me?
She's like,
I went to Jersey last month and there's stores. You could just buy it. You can have
same here in New Mexico, everywhere.
Crazy.
And that's all you smell anywhere. And that's whatever it is, what it is. But she's like, when you retire, just pour all those meds in the toilet and just, like, I don't know. I honestly don't know if I could, because I never tried. I never wanted.
If I had no responsibilities and I never had to go to work again, then I could. But I just can't.
See, they're all doing it. Whatever. That's cool. Have fun. And then Star-Lord says EA Battlefronts were super cinematic, though. The intros and voiceovers made each match feel like it mattered. Yeah, agreed. But I was always more about like command posts and things like that. And, the galactic conquest type game mode than it's online multiplayer, and that was my issue with the EA games. Plus that pay to win shit with the star cards.
Oh,
it screwed them. It screwed them bad. Hey, we were just talking about this dude.
Yeah, Robert. How are you?
What's
buddy?
up, Robert? Good to see you. Says, hope you're both well. I'm good. Will, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome. World Made of Cardboard says $20 toys are for kids to play with. That's what Hasbro has forgotten. Play with your toys. You know what else I want to bring back other than first, right? So everybody here, remember, if you're first for Sunday's stream, which is going to be me and Ryan Laserpants, by the way.
Oh, nice.
We're going to talk about HasLabs, all of them. I want to see somebody put friggin' first. Somebody put first, but
yeah, let me.
I would also love to bring back, comment of the night, because this to me right there is comment of the night. That's why I keep pushing that toys should be fun. Like, keep toys fun. Play with your toys. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like
absolutely. I can't agree more. And then Father Son Galaxy is here. Good to see you. Says, good evening, gents. Here you go. Got a awesome fist pump.
Nice.
And then Gaz says, Chad, who makes that A10? I already answered it, brother.
Yeah,
I am a few minutes behind, but it's Toy Association, and it's branded U.S. Air Force. Yeah, and so TJ Maxx and Ross is where you can find those, hopefully, maybe, possibly shoulder shrugged. So
If they haven't hit stores yet, they're like my store didn't even build up for the holidays yet, so they're gonna get that
they're
big.
still working on it.
They're gonna get that big mother load. They put tables out. You can't even miss it. You'll see it.
Oh yeah. Big Bacon's back.
Hey,
Glad you're back.
I
Thanks
didn't
for
know
being
you
here.
left.
I was thinking of Big Bacon, because he drives a semi, and I saw some short on TikTok, and it was like a spoof forklift video, and they were talking about like if the semi driver drives off and like the forklift just tumbles, and it's like, yeah, that would be Patrick. And then Robert's Infinite Realm says, "Wait, you guys don't play with your toys?" Oops, I do.
No, I do not. I seal them up. I vacuum seal them, and I put them behind glass.
I free them from little plastic and cardboard prisons to put them in other cardboard and plastic prisons. Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, I guess for an adult, it would depend. Like if we're being honest, I think it depends on how does your idea of play evolve. So
Sure.
For me, building customs, posing my dollies and putting them on my shelfies, that is adult playing to me.
You're setting them up. You're having scenarios in your head. As you're setting them up, you're kind of telling the story in your head as you go. It's probably not so much where, when we were little kids, you get down by the table and you'd sit there and you'd go, pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, I'm not doing that, but at the same time, on the custom lower decks of my flag, I have like General Hawk giving a briefing at a table with a map, and everybody's sitting around, and like people are sitting up on tanks and they're kind of watching the briefing and stuff like that. So I mean,
I'd say for most of us, it evolved into photography, posing, and customs.
Agreed.
Is more the way it goes now, but some of us still do get down with them.
Well, Curb Stomp Films was here. I hope you are still here, my friend. And he sends a $5 super chat, which is very much appreciated, and says, "Have a good show, my dudes. I'm going to have to catch the replay." There's nothing wrong with Replay Squad. All of us watch replays, and it helps every single one of us. So thank you, Curb Stomp. You're a good dude. And then Action Figs, I always say figures, I'm sorry, says, "If you fill in the hole, then it can't be diddled."
That's what she said.
No, it can't be diddled if you fill it in. Appreciate it though. Largo says, "Paint, primer, and imagination makes awesome customs out of all kinds of bargain finds."
Yeah. And beaters, old things that are incomplete, left out in the sun, just not looking so hot. Hell, make it awesome.
Yeah. And then Fat Red Foo asked, "Is that Paw Patrol or Buzz Lightyear?" I guess he's talking about your fighter. And then Big Bacon answered that question. It's Kids Connection at Walmart makes amazing stuff. I know I'm still a little behind on the chat. I'm trying to catch up, but speaking of Kids Connection, and I didn't show you this earlier because you wanted a genuine response.
That's right.
You said what? You're a piss poor actor?
Yeah, I'm a terrible actor. This is what? Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Do you want to see the next one?
I do.
Okay. So here's the next one. And I sort of have to segue this, right? So I'm trying to not hold it up too high. So
nice. They even had that one on clearance.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Right. So if you look at this, and this one is amazing. So that map board drops down, and there's a weapon storage behind where that map board goes. I've already started disassembling it, but it has the elevator like all the others do. But this one, and this is where my mind started going, and I was on the fence which way I was going to go with this, but it has this freaking launching ramp, which is awesome. It has the arrow on it and the stairs that come off the side, and it exposes this area with the windows in the background, and I looked at this, and I had two thoughts right off the bat. One, Cobra flight pods fit really well on this. That was one. Two, I could put a jump jetpack on the end of this. And since I already did the Cobra Missile Command headquarters, I thought, and a Skyhawk does not fit on this, right? It's too narrow.
I was going to say, could you?
The Skyhawk would look rad right here, but it's too wide. It's too thick.
What about the bottom? Can you fit a vehicle in there? Armadillo?
Yes. Yep.
Or Vamp even?
So,
I don't know.
Yeah. So I can fit a bunch of vehicles in here, a Silver Mirage, Ram Cycle, all that stuff's going to fit in there. So I looked at this and I thought, everybody knows what this is, right?
Yep.
Oh, baby. Right? Right. So that's one. And then I really started looking because I had extra pieces like this, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm gonna do something.
I can't wait to see what you come up with. Yeah.
I'm gonna do something with this piece that doesn't replace the 83 headquarters, because the idea of this was because there was no modern updated version of that, and I wanted a vertical example of it. But this, I can do this in the visual language of the 83 headquarters and set this in the back of it. Right?
There you go. Yeah.
And so then from the back of the base, they can.
You know what? You do, yeah. Because you just have that helicopter, the little landing pad that's a separate piece that you just put on the back there somewhere. Yep. So, and
I messed with the helipad, because the helipad acts as a roof for the 83 headquarters. You just have to take the antenna off.
Yeah.
But I mess with that as far as like making like a courtyard with these, kind of framing it in, because for some reason I have several extras of these. And so just playing with that and different ideas. And I was like, oh, I could do these and put a roof on them. And I was like, I don't want to go that nuts, because it's really designed for people who, if you don't have an 83 headquarters, get one of these, get a couple of cheapo parts, bam, bam, bam. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the next.
I love that you did the missile base. I don't think there's enough enemy bases. And, it's been my mentality. Like, we always get the hero bases. We always get the Batcave. We never get the Joker's lair. We never get, the abandoned chemical factory or, playset like that. So I'm kind of thinking more like that, or, the rundown Cold War era Russian experimental military base that,
Agreed. So I got this thing floating around my desk.
I used to fly that thing around like it was a ship of its own when I was a kid. I just detach it.
This thing's awesome. It almost looks like a Star Wars mini rig, right?
Yeah.
I love those mini rigs. Those are fun. I made a couple of them in the Red Shadows. I had a good Robert's Infinite Realm says, yeah, those sets are everywhere. My Walmart gets nothing and has 20 of them. And they're cheap, and sky's the limit. And then there's that dinosaur-ish one with the rock face and that big crane arm that comes out. I was looking at that sucker too. So yeah, that is really cool. Real Life Perspective Show is here. Thanks for being here, sis. Hope you are all doing well this wacky Wednesday. It's good to see you. And I will return that just for you. Fat Red Foo says repurposed toys equal the best toys. Totally agree. I can't agree more. Rachel, thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate that. Jim Largo says that Hydro Stomper, and I always want to say Hydro. I don't know why, like it's water powered, but the Hydra Stomper is going to become a Steel Brigade power armor.
As soon as you get around to it, yeah. Same. I saw a question in the chat.
I'm not
about my Terradrome that I got at Joe Fest.
Oh yeah. Who's it from?
I don't know where they went. Who was it? Oh, Father Son Galaxy.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah.
Jeremy Jernigan sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. I love you. Be safe out there in Fort Cavazos, aka Sketchy Fort Hood. It says, hey dudes, great discussion. Gotta run Ghost Daddy out. Yeah.
Super
Darcy's
awesome guy.
copies all. Thanks for being here, brother. Okay, so Father Son Galaxy. I'm looking. Darth Gutierrez next Wednesday on the 1st. Yes, next Wednesday. Apparently, this dude slid in while I'm looking for your Father Son Galaxy question. But good to see you, Lawrence. Thanks for being here, dude. Might need another car rant about your lack of a hella dope mug. You know what, man? Look, I'm fucking done with the mug joke. It was just a joke. It was always a joke. But yeah, no, Mo's here. What's up, Mo? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, now they're all still talking about weed. Man, am I that far behind?
Yeah,
Jesus, I am. And then I stopped after Battlefront 2, always played Walker Assault. Walker Assault was good, yeah. Robert's Infinite Realms. Oh, I got to go back and see what you guys were saying. LOL. Isn't the A-10 Army and not Air Force? Negative, it's Air Force.
Wow.
Yeah. And that is an Air Force aircraft. Oh, and then I guess Conrad answered that question. I'm getting to that question. I'm sorry, Will. I'll get there in a second.
No, that's fine.
Largo says toy photography. That's another way that adults play with toys. Yeah. And customizing de-evolves into playing with sound effects pretty quickly.
It certainly does.
And, you know, like, that's why I love the ma'am so much. If I'm in here doing stuff and she's like, she'll come in the room and she'll be like, what are you doing? Are you playing with your dollies? Can I play too? Pew, 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 pew. And she starts with the sound effects. And then we just sit on the floor in here and we just play. So, yeah, it's so awesome. Action figs, I still play with my dollies, especially in the dirt. There you go.
You know, I got to say, some of the best times ever were going out in the yard. Also terrifying. Father Son Galaxy. Yeah, Wilhelm House the Terrordrome coming along. You know what I've done with it? Nothing. But I will tell you, I've been watching Michael's Retro Blasting's restoration video. And before he even did his video, which is fantastic. I mean, Michael is like a genius when it comes to these things. He was applying the decals, and just the amount of care he puts into restoring the item is one thing.
Yeah.
When I picked mine up, it was a beater, and I didn't want to restore it, but use it as a challenge for 3D printing and stuff like that. So what I want to do is kind of rebuild it and enhance it to make it, you know, a little more fun for me. So cool. Some parts are broken. Other parts may be replaced. I think the Terrordrome always needed an elevator, so I'm going to try and figure out how to get something like that going up in there, even if I got to drill a hole or cut a hole in it. So mine was a beater. I got it for $150. It's almost complete. It's missing a bunch of parts, but I'm not really concerned because for me, like I said, the main challenge is to design, 3D model, and print up as many replacement parts as I can and build it for, you know, nothing.
Cheap playset, right?
That is actually it's a genius design because
simple, genius, friction teeth, right? You could literally, you could
I have thought of this. Yes.
Cut this, just that out, right? Take a Dremel, if you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
In the top ring of your Terrordrome, cut that
because you got all those rooms, and I figured one of them could just be and you get a little pop-up door.
Because you have the 3 with the fuel stations, you have the 1 with the launch, and then you have the 1 with the jail, and then the other 2 are just freaking empty.
So that was
you could easily put that in that side.
Yeah,
dude, that'd be rad.
I think so.
That'd be super cool.
But yeah, thank you for asking. I will put a video out of it whenever I do it.
Yep, Eric, always more customs, man. You know, and that's the weird thing. Like, I kind of alluded to it at the beginning of the video, and although it was a joke, it really wasn't a joke. Like, I was known for customs, and then I started a YouTube channel, and I think a lot of it didn't translate. So, trying to do more customs, and I always do customs. I'll just make it and stick it aside. Like,
well, like I said, you were doing your show in your old room, and you had your Night Force freaking base just sitting there, and I'm like, hey, excuse me, Can we stop ignoring this badass, base back there and talk about
Now
it?
it's like
Yeah.
over back. It's behind my tactical battle platform in my whale. It's right back there. It's one of those things like if you looked really, really hard, you can barely see the flag sticking up behind the whale, but it's back there with my I always want to say frickin' Crusader. My Defiant. Yeah, it's back there. George says paint it Z-Force green. The A10?
Ah.
I'm sorry. I'm still behind. I'm trying to not be.
Oh, the base. That would be sweet. You're doing an homage to the 82 base. If you did it that Z-Force one, which, by the way, on your last stream, or maybe it was another one, you were talking about that Z-Force base being at Joe Fest.
Joe Fest that I couldn't find.
I have a video. I was going to freaking send it to you because I walked around that place a billion times and I wanted it, but he was asking like 500 incomplete. So I was just like, yeah, out of my price range. But it's funny because later on I'm doing like a walkthrough and I didn't even realize I do this. I film it and then you see my hand come out and go like I'm grabbing at it as I'm walking by, and I didn't even notice I did that. like a turd. I'm just like,
I didn't see it, dude. I did not see it this year.
You know who's
the insult to injury was that I was saying how I didn't see it, and then George Aiken was like, "It's there because Tony Roberts showed it to me," and I'm like, "Well, somebody freaking show it to me so I can go buy it."
That guy that was dressed like Ninja Force Zartan. What's his name?
James Hitchcock.
He had a booth like right next to it. It was like right there. It was right there on the floor.
Hitchcock, yeah, Black Glove Mafia. Remember how I famously went into Joe Fest before everybody else and boo hoo hoo, right? And everybody was giving me shit about it relentlessly. And I walked out with those two perfect Night Striker.
He had that. I think it was his booth or the one right next to it.
It must have been his. Yeah.
The booth had also, they did a bunch of like mods. They had an APC with a fold out.
That was the one next to him. Yeah,
it was the one next to him. It was that booth that had all those badass like customs.
Epic dioramas.
That's who had it.
You know what makes that worse? I talked to him for like 20 minutes about working on a project with me.
About how you don't wait online. You were like 20-minute conversation. We were just sitting there waiting online. It's okay. It's not.
See,
no
one's
salty about it.
We're still doing it. Yeah. Chad doesn't wait in line. So Ratface had to go, I guess. He said, fun stream, Chad. Have a great night, everyone. Gotta go. Thanks for being here, James. Master Son, I don't know who this is aimed at. I have to leave Squadron by X time. You can't delay me. Is that for Ryan for 3 POA? Because that's in a half hour. If that's what you're talking about. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Let me know. Come up on the net. And then Woodman says, Chad, I picked up 2 of those Kid Connection launch sets, made one like yours, but in Terradrome colors, and second in Joe headquarters for the back of the original base. Rad.
Dude, that's
so rad.
Great idea.
I would love to see him, dude. Send me pictures. I would really love to see those, man. That would be so rad. Oh, look, and here's a good point. There's stop motion also.
That
so
is
get another
right.
form of playing. The people who do that stuff, I have nothing but mad respect for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm scrolling through the chat.
Actually,
it's Zed Force, you Philistines. It is Zed Force.
It is. What did I say? I said Z Force?
You said Z, whatever.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, Chad, you were filming. I was filming when, where, what? What did I do? Oh, yeah, I was. When I went into Joe Fest early, I was filming.
Mm-hmm. Filming. Yes.
I had permission.
Oh, you know what's great about that? Because this is a comment I made that Chad didn't read on one of his previous streams. Guys, don't you remember all that awesome footage from the It's Chad channel about Joe Fest before it opened? You remember seeing that, right? Because it exists, because it...
You know, it's funny.
Never happened.
No, it didn't.
Oh, he was too busy buying stuff for his
Shut the frig up, Will. Okay, so look at
That's a great video. It's one of my favorite videos on your channel. The filming.
Look, all of you are going to shut the hell up right now. Real quick. Samuel Edwards, please make a video about making the Megaforce motorcycle, please. That is the plan, Samuel. I still have all the videos and photos from when I made the Mega Destroyer and the Delta Mark III, because it's not a Mark IV. The Mark IV is a flying prototype, actually. But I have to wait until the TACCOM is finished. And the TACCOM is right there in that box. So as soon as I finish the TACCOM, I was going to do one video of all three of them together. So
that's great.
It is in the works, Samuel. I promise.
I can't wait.
It is in the works. But I got to do a video on this bitch. I got to do that freaking headquarters. I got to do a video on this.
You got to customize a mech and send me pictures of it.
I know. I need to customize the mech. It's, you know, I'm one guy. One guy. I'm gonna turn one of those kids connection bases into a whiskey rack. Make a video of it and put it on your channel.
That would be awesome.
Oh, what the shit. You also missed out on a carded Mouton at Joe Fest. Apparently, George, I missed out on a whole bunch of Action Force stuff that Tony accidentally ran into and bought them all. Do you know how pissed he would have been if I had gotten that one carded figure that was like the diamond in the rough, and he got all the rest, but I got that one? Oh, he'd have been so pissed. You still have to edit the filming. Okay, so I'm
all that footage, man. Oof.
I'm going to break it down real quick. Do you remember when we were talking after Joe Fest, a whole bunch of us, and how I said I got kind of in trouble? Remember that, Will?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I said I got a little hemmed up. So what happened is that our leave system is not the best. So sometimes you will put in leave and it'll sit at requested and not change to approved. Most of my battalion was forward in California, right, at Camp Roberts, CRTC. I left to go to Joe Fest without my leave being clicked to approved. So what I did was, to make my signature very small, I even removed that mega 40-minute car rant. I removed that for several months. And I just put it back up, I want to say like 3 weeks ago. So it's not that I wasn't going to ever make the Joe Fest video. And this is like in all no shit. It was just, I didn't want to draw any more attention onto what had gone down. So I was just like quiet as a church mouse, right? Boop. And I still have it all. It's all in my Dropbox. I just decided that I'm going to lay low for a little bit, and maybe it'll come out in March, you know, but I'm not going to be like, hey, you guys remember when I went to Georgia and and look at, like, here it is, visual proof, right? So I just, even though it was a known thing and it was discussed, and I hashed it out with my immediate chain of command, because always fix things at the lowest level. I also didn't want to shine a huge spotlight on myself, so anybody at maybe some higher echelons could have been like, so what the fuck is that? So I kept it down low, and that's the real no shit reason. So I will work on it. But you know, there were ramifications that came from that, PowerCon being one of them.
Yeah.
So, it happens. It sucks, but I will work on it. I love the jokes. I know it's all just friendly.
Yeah,
banter.
of course. We're just busting balls.
You and I were talking about that shit backstage, how like our generation, and this is all of us, everybody in the chat, like we can all give each other shit. You know, but then there's that.
It's kind of how we showed affection for one another when we were growing up. You know, the more shit you gave someone, usually, you know, was the best person.
And that's the thing. It's when someone doesn't say anything. That's when you're like, oh man, they freaking hate my guts.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, one of my best friends growing up, you know, I met I think the first 2 times we met, we had fist fights. And then later
Nice.
on, we became best friends. So I'm just saying, it's just the way it was back then.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Bear 11 Charlie says, can't wait for the Megaforce video. As soon as I finish the TACCOM, good people, I will get it done. And then this mofo cut in front of everyone to hobnob. Dude, you're not even one to talk, Mikey. You were inside with your dad. I came and found you and your dad inside.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
he
didn't
was
cut
like,
in front
"Why
of
are you
you
here and not online?" And then,
but you know what's funny, Will? We didn't cut in front of any because remember we were at the front of the line to begin with, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go inside." And I just
I was like, "You can't." He's just gone.
I don't know what's worse, getting in trouble for going to Joe Fest or your B. B. The hell does B mean? You got to explain that, Patrick. Explain what the Bravo is for. On the download, but in every single photograph. Yes, exactly. And that is when the shit hit the fan because B stands for, oh, is this that motherfucker? Please tell me you're you, dude.
B stands for bad tattoos. What's that mean?
This is that fucking piece of shit, right? The one
No.
who fucking gives Jeremy and Ryan and everybody crap and now started to come to my stuff and give me shit too. Yeah. You can get fucked.
Is he?
Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. That's that
Nathan
motherfucker.
Worthington. Oh, I'll have to remember now.
Yeah, so that fucking guy, he has a fake bullshit YouTube channel just so he can troll other YouTube channels, right?
Oh, was this is not this isn't the guy that was going off and saying you guys play with dollies or whatever.
Toy department guy or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That's one of his fucking bros.
Oh.
Anyway, I was waiting for him to show up finally once. Yeah. Mikey says, if ever we were in doubt that the DOD was part of the government. Yeah. But that's the funny thing about what Robert was saying is that, like, I didn't know that I wasn't where I was supposed to be or wasn't authorized to be there because somebody at a higher echelon didn't click a button and leave log, right?
So stupid. Yeah.
But Jernigan, Jeremy and I, we talked about this at length because when we all got home and I found out, Jeremy was the first one I called and I was like, dude, like, I think I'm in deep shit, man. Because he knows, he lives that whole active combat arms life too. And so, yeah, I was all over like Instagram and Facebook, Joe Fest this, Joe Fest that. Hey, here's Sarge. Hey, I'm photobombing everybody. And somebody in my chain of command was like, fuck is this? And then I was like, what do you mean? They're like, you're not on leave. And I'm like, bullshit. And they're like, you're not on leave. And I was like, oh, it got fixed. But the point is, I'm not trying to, Jeremy, thank you, brother, for another $5 super chat.
Completely justifiable.
Yeah. And Jeremy, I'm sure you saw that fucking dude come in here, but you got to risk it to get that biscuit, baby, going AWOL for Joe Fest. I didn't know I was AWOL, but yes. Actually, technically, I was AWOL. Yeah. First, 6 days. So, yeah. And then Big Bacon says, or your command sergeant major getting mad because he had to watch your videos because he could. What's funny is it was my battalion command sergeant major because he was friends with me on Facebook. That's a lesson to you. Never have anyone in your chain of command in your Facebook friends. But I obviously I didn't have anything to hide.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then this one time at band camp, you know it. Yeah. Darth Gutierrez, why aren't beards allowed in the military? Does it get in the way of the helmets, etc.? No. So the DoD likes to say that you can't seal a pro mask with a beard, but that's bullshit because it's been disproved. They just want to give the females all the relaxed hair regulations and not the males. Yeah. And then Just Jeff says, hey, I enjoy my bullshit. YouTube channel. I enjoy your bullshit YouTube channel too. Big Bacon says, I'm going to head to the toy department to buy some Action Force figures. You better pay cash.
I don't think I know who the.
Fuck those guys. Yeah, you know, and here's the thing. This is kind of the thing with like that dude coming in here. I say it all the time. And one, I freaking hate it. And two, I always have to repeat myself like I'm on fucking crazy pills like Jacoby Mugatu. Why do you come on somebody else's porch and talk shit?
Yeah.
And then turn around and say, well, you guys are toxic. You guys are the drama queens. You guys are dramatic. That motherfucker just came in here with everyone to see. Bad tattoos, how? Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you don't like that I don't like classified, you're going to come in here and
change the channel. People. Go watch something else. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like you showed up at his house and start spouting off about something, or you did a car rant in his car. You're doing it in your place.
That's that same bullshit right there, Will. So when we were all at dinner and those fucks from the toy department came and sat like right near us, and that fucking Kenny guy was like being vulgar and loud, and there were a bunch of people with kids in there, and he was getting all spun up. Like he even said in his video that he had to pull all of them down about how he was all pissed off about Bobby Vala because for some reason, like Bobby Vala lives in his head. And I was just staring at him, and Joe from Toy Domination was like, well, what are you staring at? And I'm like, that fucking piece of shit over there. And he's like, oh, Chad, you need to calm down. I'm like, don't tell me to calm down, Joe. Like, this is calm. Like, me not calm is going over there and fucking throat chopping that guy. Like, this is calm. Don't tell me to fucking calm down. But see this, I'm sorry. I'm a little pissed off now, but I shouldn't be because that was the whole point, right? Was to piss
there
me
he
off.
is. He's back. He's back.
Is he? You motherfucker. Yeah. Where is he?
Big man.
Anyway, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Star-Lord says, if it's not denied, it's technically approved.
That's correct.
Right? It's
in my head, it is.
It's better to beg for forgiveness than to ask.
Yeah.
Better to ask for permission than beg for, whatever. Chad has photobomb ninja skills.
Absolutely.
Dude, Will, I photobombed the shit out of you, dude.
Oh, dude, I've got all the fucking pictures too, and it's hilarious. And I think you got one where I was taking a picture with laser pants, and I was doing like this, and you come up and swoop under and put your thumb up, and I'm like, that's the funniest picture.
It was fun. We had fun.
Yeah, it was
the best year. It was the best year until certain people in their bullshit, right?
Absolutely.
And now, next year, who suffers? The attendees. It's not good. It's really not good. And then Mikey says, you got to get that Paint Maestro vendor badge, bruh. I was happy to see you either way, line cutter. I didn't cut the line. Ed gave me permission. Give you some of that. And then, Dr. Duke, is that where we're going? You're not AWOL until it's on the socials. That happens.
That's
right. That happens. Chain of command are not your friend. No, they're not. But at the same time, they're also not your enemy either. So, it got worked out. So,
yeah.
And then AWOL Chad might become a soldier of fortune like A-Team. Grow a shitty little mohawk, like just right here, where I can grow hair. Yeah. Patrick says, ignore clown bullshit because they would never say it to your face. No, they wouldn't. Matthew, what's up, dude? Navy has been doing a beard study for like 2 years. Yep.
2 years. Jeez.
Yeah, because of the fucking SEALs. But that's the thing, like all the special operations community, they operate under their own wear and appearance kind of regulations because they're allowed to and they kind of have to. George Aiken says they don't want soldiers looking like ZZ Top.
No.
You see all those dudes from like the Revolutionary War, in paintings, and the Civil War where they have those big, massive mustaches. And I'm like, get it, man, with your Kentucky long rifle. Look at you. Even going AWOL, Chad is a great guy. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. And then, Lauren says, didn't Jean-Claude Van Damme go AWOL in a movie too, but he fought in a huge tournament? Yeah. Yeah. Are we supposed to take our YouTube channel seriously? Oh crap. I don't know. Somebody told me. Oh, see, fucking here we go. Yeah, calm down. Get fucked, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna put him in timeout. I don't even care. I'm not trying to be a big man, dude, but I'll tell you, I probably fucking stack more bodies than your
channel.
podcast.
You need a couple channel mods, is what you need.
I have channel mods, but I don't know where Chronically is. But you know what? I don't even care.
I know, but usually you don't have to worry about that.
I don't think I'm a big man, no, but I also don't personally attack other people because I don't need to. So I guess other people need to, but whatever. And then Strauko said, my tattoo quality has nothing to do with my ability to break your face. I don't know. I mean, I've had my tattoos for like 30 years and they lived in the Middle East for many, many years. Jeff Morris, pissed off chat is awesome. I'm not pissed off. No. I'm good.
Yeah, it does. It kind of gets to me sometimes. Trying to sleep at night. And I'm like, why is Chad so fucking rad? It's bullshit, man.
What's Chad allowed to skip lines when I'm? That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about toys.
I know, man. I'm just kidding.
And then Jason says, damn, you attracted a troll. Deranged Hasbro Joe fans are just.
Here's something to troll on. Look.
Hey, let's talk about Built to Rule. Let me make you big here. That's what you said.
G.I. Joe spy troops built to rule.
Yeah.
Arguably the worst G.I. Joe toys out there. But you know what? Actually, I think I pulled the figure out of this one. But look, man, we've got the Cobra Raven. And you got two modes there. You got a jet mode and a hydrofoil mode. Nice.
Yeah.
And that's not all. This sub is actually pretty sweet. Look at this one. It's the depth ray.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then you could also make this little vehicle out of it.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
You know what? It's got the figure here. So the figures were pretty interesting too, because here's the they're not O-ring figures. They're kind of made in a similar style, but they came with these little connectors on their forearms that are
not Legos.
Lego.
It's not Legos.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Who made this? Hasbro. Oh, yeah, it's not Legos though. I was gonna say I thought maybe this was a collab with something else, but yeah, they didn't have the full articulation. But that head looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that head sculpt's awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. So you got that one. Then you also got the Forest Fox with two different vehicle modes.
Yep.
And that came with Frostbite. He's not in the box, though. I think I pulled that figure, too. And then I got this big old Mama Jama right here. Armadillo Assault. Rad. That's a good vehicle right there. That
I know. Look at that.
You can make...
it breaks apart.
Yeah, you can make like two different, like a playset and a vehicle out of it. And I'm trying to find, this thing was $5 when I bought it. I bought these all clearance. I have a couple of them built because I bought multiples and I gave them to my kids. We built them when they were younger. Like I said, I used to keep the Built to Rule Devilfish right next to my other Devilfish underneath my tactical battle platform. But I think it might be a fun stream one day just to put these together because, like I said, I already
Built to Rule
pulled a lot of the figures out.
But all that G.I. Joe versus Cobra and like the Valor versus Venom stuff, like the dark years, right? It's that 95 to 2006. There's some really great stuff in those years. Yeah. And then that armadillo that you showed was actually based on an unproduced vehicle, just changed a little bit. Like they changed the cab section. And the unproduced vehicle was going to be the front half of one of the Iron Grenadier vehicles, the Razorback, and the back half of the Mean Dog, and it was going to come apart
nice,
like that.
nice.
Yeah. Because I'm actually working on it. But again, that's all the stuff that's in Dan Klingensmith's book.
Great, man. And this guy's going to go great with where's my? I bought this one because of you.
Oh, the eel.
Yeah, I was watching Neon at Night, and you guys showed this guy, and I looked him up. he comes with a freaking robot shark on his
Robo
back.
Shark. Yeah.
Shoots a missile and pegs into his back. He's just so awesome. So
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
gonna
that's
put this
rad.
guy with this guy. I went on eBay while I was watching you, and I went, oh nice. I got him and Desert Scorpion too, man. This is like one of my favorite figures of like the last couple of years. He's so awesome.
The Desert Scorpion's so good. And that modern figure subscription service, Desert Scorpion, is way too expensive for me to justify.
But you know what? They were both really affordable. And so I got them. Not complete.
Yeah. The 90s ones are affordable.
Yeah.
The freaking 2013 is not. Here's a comment just for you, Will.
I did not cry at all.
No.
I've got a picture of that. It was just funny. Like I said, he was just looking at me. We
were just playing around because Will didn't want them. He said I could eat them.
Yeah, I was done with those.
So I ate them right in his face.
Yeah. That was the best.
I just got this Battle Force 2000 Maverick, and I'm going to take the head and I'm going to do some, well, not the head, but the helmet and some greebling tricks and some Marauder Gunrunner parts. And I'm going to make a modern version of him.
Well, here's something. I don't hate Battle Force 2000. I know everyone did. I must have got them maybe the year after they came out because it was more than the usual amount as a gift for me. Like I was like, really? Like I got everything at once. And I think they were just all on clearance or something. My mom picked them up. But I actually kind of had fun with them until, they got unceremoniously slaughtered by, what's his name? Oh, geez, what was his name? Killed Battle Force 2000 with the, wasn't the Saw Viper, was it? In the comic when they killed off Battle Force 2000, Doc?
Yeah, Saw Viper.
Saw Viper, yeah.
Yeah, he killed almost all of Battle Force 2000 and several other Joes because they were like, get rid of them. And so he just Z pattern got rid of them. So Jeremy says, if I remember correctly, I yanked you from the line with my vendor badge. No, it was, I told you I was here and I was coming inside because Ed said I could film it. And you said, I'm going to come out the side door. And I said, cool, I'll come meet you. And I met you outside by the loading doors. And then we just walked in together. So
that's how you guys do it. Yeah. Okay. You touch okay.
Crossing streams.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not even reading that bullshit.
Yeah, screw that. Seriously.
Did they make you do staff duty or CQ as corrective action? No. Nope. Robert's Infinite Realm says, I want soldiers looking like ZZ Top. Duh. Oh, yeah. See, and then now we're going back and forth. Yeah. Just leave it alone. Whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'm going to move you on then, dude. Actually, I'm going to do that. So, sorry, everybody. Roll Keeper says, not Lego. It's not Lego. No, it's not Lego. Beta Ray Bob. So we're getting back into honest conversation.
Yeah.
We got a few more minutes. Beta Ray Bob says,
did not stick very well. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And then Mikey says, some of that Dark Ages stuff is pretty freaking awesome. Dad and I are hoping to get back to our podcast plans once our lives calm the F down a bit. Dude, that would be rad.
That would be.
I would love to see someone like really start hammering like all the Dark Year stuff. G.I. Joe versus Cobra, Valor versus Venom. Like the Cobra ring neck to me is one of the greatest enemy team vehicles ever made that a lot of people have never seen. They don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But once you don't know the ring neck?
Ring neck? No.
Wait one. I have to turn off my camera when I get up and walk away because I don't want everyone to know that that's just a backdrop. This.
Oh, damn. No, I've never
seen this.
No.
Dude, this
What is that?
rad.
Is that Valor versus Venom?
Yep. And it holds 4 figures. This
Excellent.
thing actually fires. Yeah. Again, right? All the spring-loaded stuff.
Yeah, I love the wheels on it. That looks freaking badass.
Oh yeah. 6-wheel. There's no hatch in the back, but there is an action feature. So these 2 turrets in the front, you push that in and they turn out and hey, there's your Saw Viper.
Yeah, there he is.
You hear it
Yeah.
making noise?
Battle Force 2000.
It doesn't make the noises all the time because I'm sure the batteries are pretty dead in this thing. But...
What is it called
turret
again?
ratchet, the Cobra ring neck.
Ring neck.
The ring neck. For anyone who's never seen this vehicle, it's so rad.
It's pretty sweet, man. I've never seen that ever.
Yeah.
Ring neck.
Talk about a vehicle that would be perfect for like alley vipers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. Especially if that back opened up and you could deploy some troops from there. That would be so awesome.
It's a sick vehicle. And a lot of people don't know because it's Dark Ages stuff. Just like why I started Neon at Night, because everybody's like, oh, 90s Joes suck. And I'm like, so Ace version 3, Shipwreck version 2, October Guard. You didn't see October Guard figures until the 90s.
People are just repeating stuff they heard from their dads or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That's that bullshit. And then
what about,
Big Bacon says, I have a great Dark Ages Humvee.
Look at this version of Wild Weasel. This is the Wild Weasel that comes with the Night Raven. The jacket's kind of cool, but
it's the same mold as the G.I. Joe versus Cobra O-ring. The exact same one.
It's got like some kind of stuff on it. I don't know. Maybe from being in a box for 20 years or
you want me to make you big? That's what
however long it's been. But yeah, that jacket's not bad, but the forearms got to go, with those.
Yeah, because of the not Lego. Yeah. But that's a good update for Wild Weasel.
Yeah. But and the fact that he comes with the Cobra Raven, it's not the Night Raven.
Yep.
2 firing missiles.
Yeah. Woodman says I did a Valor versus Venom video and it has a lot of hidden gems. Yeah, it absolutely
excellent,
does.
Man. We gotta check that out. Love Woodman.
Chad, did you see the Stealth Fighter in the Rise of Cobra line? Yep, sure did. I got one right up there. And I have one in that rock vehicle that opens up as well. So yeah, I have that. Raven Witch says that F-22 from the Valor versus Venom line was one of the it's actually
that was
on the wall.
Probably like what year was that? Like 2004, 2005?
I thought it was 2006.
Okay, so that's the time that I was out of collecting from like 2004, 2005 till about 2018. I didn't do really. I still walked the toy aisles and stuff, but I had everything packed away, and I was just living my kind of normal.
The video that I just did about how I vertically hang the real quick one, how I vertically hang aircraft on the wall. I pan right past that Valor versus Venom F-22, and it's freaking awesome, man. That is such a rad plane. I actually did a straight trade for that.
Ah, nice.
That direct-to-consumer DTC Black Humvee is great. The DTC stuff is awesome, and all of that was stuff that Kirk Bazigian had started back in like '86 when he was starting all the mail order direct-to-consumer stuff. And that, fridge and so on and so forth, and all the, I got these action points and I can get the rings and all that stuff. Yep, that was all Kirk Bazigian, and they just carried it over.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Such an awesome guy, too, man. Your shows, both of them, right? You had him on twice?
Yep.
Yeah, both shows. Awesome.
Sure did. And then see, Eric says Battle Force 2000 is awesome.
Dude,
the one thing that you can never take away from Battle Force 2000,
did not hate them.
It was the original Build-A-Figure. Even though it was a Build-A-Base, that was the first time you ever saw that.
Like I said, some of it in hindsight, not perfect, but I like that they tried something different,
Fuck. Lilith asks, when is the next Neon at Night going to be? It was going to be this past Sunday, and life got in the way. So Nick and I couldn't do it.
Oh, I always look forward to it, man.
Yeah,
how much have you covered versus how much is left to cover for the Neon at Night?
About 50%. But the next one was going to be, the title of it Tell me if you can figure out which team we were going to talk about. The title of the episode was going to be Captain Planet's a bitch.
The Eco Warriors.
Eco Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just going to title it Captain
Well,
Planet's
that's good.
a bitch.
I don't know much about them. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then Chad said, quote, "I'm coming," and Ed said I could video it. Clipped. I don't care. Then Patrick says I'm done. Yeah, with that dude. Yeah, it's all good. George Aiken says, "I'll just ask people to get me stuff at Joe Fest. That's how I got Desert
dude.
Rat by POA."
Happy to pick something up for you, man.
Yeah,
Actually,
always.
half the stuff I bought at the Valorverse booth was for Largo, which, I got to give Largo a shout out too, man. Like I said, my partner, man. So like, we do most of our shows together. He's on my show all the time. I'm over on his channel. We do we're coming back with more episodes of the AF3 to talk about the lore of Action Force.
Yes, which is awesome.
We've got some other stuff coming up, and I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but I was thinking about doing something like the AF3 for like Delta 17 or Call Sign Longbow. I'd love to go into
that. Would be rad
and do some 118 scale stuff too. Yeah. But yeah, Largo's my dude.
And you guys you're really good like personalities together. So I always love the two of you going back and forth. Jeremy said staff duty can be a blessing. Give me that on a Thursday and I'll enjoy my 3-day weekend. Damn Skippy, man. Damn Skippy. I can't wait till single soldiers are like, who don't want to do CQ? I'd be like, I'll fucking do CQ.
Speaking of good chemistry, you and Jeremy, man, you guys do a great show. I love it, man. It's such a good show.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Jeremy's a rad dude. When I worked for the Sergeant's Major Academy, right? So I was an instructor there. I was finishing my master's degree, and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, this person doesn't want to do staff duty." I'd be like, "I'll freaking do it," and I would just write papers on staff duty. I would write all my papers on staff duty. I'd take like 3 a week. Yep, I would, and that's how I got through my last degree. It was easy peasy. Robert's Infinite Realm says, "Dude, I have that ring neck and love it. It's such a freaking awesome vehicle, dude." George Aiken, Chad isn't wearing pants, so he has to switch off the camera.
Yes.
You wish.
But the back is cut out.
They're chaps.
Yeah. Your cheeks are clapping.
Eric says, that tank is cool, and it has 2 turrets. Yeah. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. I love the NAC and Crimson. Oh, the Crimson Command Copter. Yes. I'm pretty
sure I've seen that, but I don't. Yeah, I've never held one or really seen the package.
It's so pricey. It is so pricey, and I want it so bad. Father Son Galaxy. Sorry, did you say there's a book covering Dark Ages Joes? I don't think so.
A book? No, I don't.
No. So when I was talking about a book, I was talking about Dan Klingensmith's Creating G.I. Joe, but this covers Real American Hero, 82 to 94, and my bookmark fell out. He's only got 2 volumes of that left. Now, there is the rank and file guide from James Kavanaugh Jr., who started the G.I. Joe Collectors Club.
Nice.
But this covers all the modern Joe stuff. And in fact, that freaking Crimson Command Copter is in the last issue of this, which is all your con and subscription service exclusives. Ravenwitch, the Rhino from that era is a killer vehicle too, with the helicopter that launches out of the top. This bitch. Yeah. Fantastic vehicle. And actually, I used one of those spare helicopters to make my 1/18 scale masked Venom Switchblade. I did that. That actually happened. Mikey says, Chad is very concerned with us seeing the embarrassing butt tattoos. Yeah, I am. I don't, I don't care. Whatever. It's all good. I like the laughs. World Meta Cardboard's got to go. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here. We're about to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing him at Joe Fest too.
Yeah.
And Johnny Sorensen.
Yeah,
Such a
World
good
Made
guy.
of Cardboard is so freaking talented. Johnny, what's up? Says, I'm a 118 man. You know what I mean? Yep, 100%.
That's right.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here, brother. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of Largo, I don't think Chad has a tramp stamp, but he might have an
Oh,
exit, no entry. You know what's funny? I told my wife the story, and yes, we're going to wrap it up, but I like this stuff. It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Long ago, right? When I was, and Will, you know the story, right? Because we talked about it on Infinite Playlist. So in that span between when I got out of the Army the first time before 2000 and when I came back in 2010, all I did was play music professionally, right? I toured the world and played music. I wanted to get this tattoo when I was, young and free and Mr. Rockstar, a big freaking like old school, not necessarily Pirates of the Caribbean, but more like Blackbeard-ish, a big pirate thing with a banner that said "Walk the plank."
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
Right? You get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was going to be like this massive crotch piece, and I never got it. And then the Pirates of the Caribbean movie came out, and Pirates was like all the new freaking rage, and so I was like, well, now it would just be friggin' trendy. And I don't know. Then I just feel like I aged out of getting that tattoo. And when I told the ma'am that story, she was like, "Oh, you need to get that tattoo." And I was like, "No, babe, I'm not." She was like, "You need to get it." So like the ma'am's really like, "Get that tattoo." So
You need to get it.
Matthew asked, "Wasn't that DTC
was
Humvee
it?
used in the Hulk toy line?"
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not entirely too sure, but yeah, maybe.
yeah.
Oh, look, Destro's desk. What is up?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, he's got some great content. Robert's Infinite Realm says Largo and Will have become required viewing
Thanks,
for me.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Likewise.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make a fortune pulling CQ staff duty on holidays. Yeah. Other people don't want to do it. And then George says, "Oh, okay, it's shorts. Yeah, who needs pants?" You guys are awesome. There is a book, by James Cal. Okay, that covers Joe versus Cobra, Spy Troops, Valor versus Venom, DTC, maybe Built to Rule.
Is that right? Okay.
I have the volumes 1 through 5, and they only cover the modern. I'm gonna have to hunt those down now. And then Raven Witch says, "Yes, that bitch." I guess he's talking about the rhino, the rhino I held up. George, thank you. Good to see you, man. I hope you have a great day. It's really late over there, but have a great day tomorrow. Solomon Grundy want pants too.
Pericles, how are you, buddy?
Dude, I love the people that hang out with us, man. Mikey says, Wilhelm, you and or Largo can reach out to Troy and John if you want to chat about Call Sign Longbow, right? Because this is John Kukovich's son. Not sure what their schedule is like currently. I was just telling John about the Infinite Playlist.
Also,
Mikey.
I'd love to have any one of those guys on the 1-8 team. It's just like I said, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. So I would love to talk to them. I'm an all-in backer of Call Sign Longbow, so
God,
I would
so rad.
love to talk about it. Yeah.
As soon as you see that freaking ski mask Molotov cocktail guy, I was like,
that was it, man. Yeah,
that's it, right?
But actually,
and then there's the Russian ninja.
Joe Fest 2021. I don't even think they revealed those yet. They had some other. It's interesting because they had some slides at that presentation at Joe Fest 21 that they haven't really touched on since then. So I'm curious. They teased.
I thought they had mock-ups.
They had
like not painted, but a couple of mock-ups.
They did, but they didn't have. They did a presentation and they teased a couple other properties and like directions that they might go in, and it was funnier. Just I remember seeing that and then what it evolved into.
Well, I know that this year at Joe Fest, remember outside in the little roundabout area, but Mikey, his father, and I were all standing around outside talking. Right about the time when Kelly Slaughter almost knocked that freaking toy department dude out because he was being an asshole.
Okay.
Go figure.
I remember.
But there was a very non-disclosure type conversation with me and Mikey and his father about call sign longbow vehicles, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But it was a rad conversation. Action Fig says Chad's tramp stamp says that's very clear. Damn straight.
No step.
Here's a question for you, brother, from Mr. Straucho himself. This is the first time I've seen you. What is your favorite toy you own?
It's like, what day is it? You know what I mean? Like, but I would say like classic toy that I've had pretty much consistently since childhood is the G.I. Joe transportable tactical battle platform. That is one of the best play sets or best toys of my childhood. I absolutely love it. It's right there, prominently displayed. It never goes away. It's not my childhood one, but one that I bought. Yeah. It's not the biggest play set. It doesn't do all that, but it is like the most used one. You can use it on land, sea, air. I always try to do something where it's like two of the legs are really extended. It's like
too short.
Yeah, too short. I love doing that. Or two missing, and two longs. As a matter of fact, like one of the things I want to do with 3D printing is a reimagining of it. It's a tactical battle platform with longer, maybe more extendable legs, bigger surface area. Not quite like going up to 1/12 scale, but making it a little more, adding some more features and stuff in it.
Like it's a true oil derrick kind of a thing.
Kinda, yeah. Or just maybe 2 decks and some additional features would be pretty awesome.
That'd be rad. Very, very cool. That's an awesome answer. George Aiken says it could be worse. You could have a zipper tattoo in the back of your head with insert brain here under it. Well, I'm not a Marine. But anyway, Brandon, I thank you for that very kind comment. That's nice.
You really
and
are.
Then, speaking of military jargon, Big Bacon has a groin tattoo that says, "I'm up. She sees me. I'm down." 3 to 5 second rush. Instead of Roy Orbison, Chad has a tattoo of skid mark. Thank you very much, Destro. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's it's nuts, dude.
Crushing it.
Matthew Matson says, "Have a great evening, good show, trolls and all." Thank you, brother. Thanks for being here. I'm glad that my my moderator fucking left. I don't give a shit. Whatever. It's all good.
Hey, and I'll just add too, anyone that likes 1/18 scale stuff and wants to talk about it, hit me up. I'm always looking for guests. I really don't know how to reach out to people and just go like, "Hi, I'm Will." Oh, I'll do it right now. "Hi, I'm Will. Come on my show." And
That's weird. I know a guy who really likes 1/18 scale who's never been invited.
I wish I knew someone. I was hoping maybe someone in chat. Like, I'm kidding. I'll just say it now. Chad, anytime you have an open invitation, you want to come on and talk 1/18 scale, man, anytime.
I would love it. That would be rad.
But if you want to talk about a particular subject, I would love it even more, because then we'll do some work and we can talk about it. But you've already got Neon at Night covered. You pretty much have all of G.I. Joe covered.
No.
Nah. We could do a built to rule. You want to do a built to rule?
I don't care, man. That'd be fun. It's your
Let's talk about it, because I'd love to have you on the show. Like I said, there's not always a full show's worth of 1/18 scale news every week. So we get people like Beta Ray Bob coming on and introducing me to new toy lines. It could just be remembering, like we did, Remembering Gay Toys Inc. Incorporated. Last week, where we just reminisced about an awesome toy line.
I mean, we could do a show all about my buddy.
Just skid marks. Yeah.
Skid marks. All skid marks all the time. Beta Ray says, speaking of which, if the indie companies can make vehicles, that would be great. If they can't, maybe make sticker sheets with group logos for generic vehicles. That's a friggin' brilliant idea. Just that alone.
I've got to say,
take the whole first part off of that statement and just say, like, could you see like when Operation Recall and Call Sign Longbow and Delta 17 and Strike Force Alpha, when they come out, that they put vehicle and command center sticker sheets.
That's actually
that's brilliant.
a brilliant
Mikey, write that
idea. The
down.
Call Sign Longbow guys could get on that. Everyone, everyone putting out their own line. Zyka Toys, they could get in on that action.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. But the only thing I got to say is, like, listen, these cheap companies, May, I know they're not as detailed or intricate, but they're getting it done. So some of these, someone's got to figure it out, because
They are
mini
getting it
play
done.
sets and small vehicles or even medium-sized vehicles have to be doable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what you just held up was $15. This is $20. Like, the only difference between this and being $300 is what is put right here in this corner, right? If this said G.I. Joe, right, and that said Hasbro, you're looking at several $100s. And that is bullshit. That's the stuff that pisses me off. That's bullshit. So, and then Fat Red Foo says 118 is the best scale.
That's right.
It's my
That's
love
my
letter.
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of the arguments that come along with 112 scale have been proven incorrect time and again about you can't get that detail unless it's 112 scale. You can't get that articulation because that's bullshit. Because I have plenty of 118 scale stuff painted by Matt LaCroix himself that have all the exact same points of articulation and don't look like Matt Damon from Team America.
Who is Lone Wolf Toys? So Matt LaCroix is associated with them. He does, or it is him. I'm always confused because I see sometimes he'll post stuff like under the Lone Wolf Toys, and then also he'll post it like on his like fan page.
Yeah, because he has LaCroix's Toys, Strike Force Alpha. I think he does with Lone Wolf.
Okay, but they've been putting out some killer stuff, man. The last couple, I've been covering them on the show every weekend. They did the Freddy, the Jason, Uncle Jesse.
God. So great.
They did Uncle Jesse from Dukes of Hazzard. They just put out a 3 new figures. They have I think it's Commando. Was it Commando? I might be messing this up.
Yeah,
it's Commando. Oh, Over the Top.
Sure.
They have Stallone Over the Top. Just awesome stuff, man. Such a huge fan.
Punk with Toy says,
stuff.
I was once invited on a show. You came on my show, dude.
Yeah. That's
hey, look at that. Yep.
That's some detail.
Dude, speaking of 3 POA, that looks like Ryan. Raven Witch says, great stream, guys. Got to hit the sack 4 a.m. Comes early. Catch on the next one. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for staying up, man. Awesome. Yeah.
Awesome conversation. Thank you. Big Bacon. I've never been invited to any shows. We're going to have to fix that.
Oh, Big Bacon.
Because that would be hilarious.
You got to come on my show.
Look, I made that dude infamous before he even started his YouTube channel, talking about how, well, no, it was right after he started. Because I was telling everyone and their mom how he reviewed that Screaming Face Retro Duke and friggin' threw it in the trash. Hurricane 810KR, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Says, I backed Operation Recall and Call Sign Longbow. Excited to add these to the collection. They're so great. That's, again, right? Fans doing the best work. I got to love it. And then, see, Jim says, Punk with Toys, you have an open invitation to the lair. Just tell me what you want to chat about. I'm sure it's fucking classified. And that's okay, right? Brian King, what's up? Says, thank the maker for Marauder. God, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I always, like, in my private moments, I would think about, could you imagine if Marauder got the G.I. Joe license and you could use their Marauder thing and, like, I want these hands and these arms and this torso and these legs and this head, but Joe?
Exactly.
Because that's how they used to make Joes. They would just be like, this chest, that head, that helmet, these legs, these arms, boom, skid mark, put it out, right? That's how they would do it.
Skid mark. Did you, see that,
whatever.
With that video Word Burglar put out today?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
I'm not really down with Word Burglar. But.
What?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
I think it's funny.
I don't really think anything of it, but yeah, I started seeing it and I was just like, I got like 15 seconds in and just clicked off of it.
They're a bunch of goofy, kit bashes.
Mikey says the last couple of years we had the Soviet watchtower on display. That is correct. It's conceptual,
Yeah.
but they definitely want to get to some of that. Yep.
I remember them talking about that. Yep.
Oh, well, I thought I was like doing a solid keeping shit to myself. But yeah, that one was on display, but the other stuff was not. Yeah. Is that why you held up that figure? Because of Joy Toy?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a Joy Toy.
And those the Joy Toy mech bays, I love
Oh,
them.
yeah, so nice.
They're so good. Yeah, and then Robert says, yeah, there he is. Very cool. Robert says, Chad, you're speaking my language. I want the Mandalorian N1, but not willing to pay 130 for it. Yeah, why should it be 130?
Oh my God. I got to get the link. I got to send it to you. But I saw a video where someone took the C-130, cut it up, added some X-Wing rockets to it, spray painted it silver, and kind of made like a Mandalorian Razor Crest out of it. It's just awesome video. It looks so cool. It's not like
I think I've seen that video. It's kind of old, right?
I think so. I just popped up yesterday. I think I caught it, but I don't think I finished the whole video. So
if it's the one I'm thinking about, it's like a year old.
Oh, okay.
But the algorithm's weird. Like it'll suggest shit from like 2 years ago. But Brian King, where can I get that A10? So you can get this at TJ Maxx or Ross. Once they hit all the stores. I had to have a buddy from the East Coast send this to me because they haven't made it to New Mexico yet. So
yeah,
buyer beware.
Or down here in the South.
Holiday thing.
We haven't seen it in the South. I think was that like Northeast or somewhere up there?
I want to say it was like Illinois. Like I think he's in Illinois. But yeah.
YouTube, what's happening?
Yeah. What's up, Quentin? Hey, Chad and Wilhelm, catch the replay later. You guys are absolutely awesome. Can't wait. You're freaking awesome, dude. I can't wait till we get to our thing, if you know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't catch us till the replay, I still want to do our thing with that thing that we're going to read together. I can't wait till you guys see this. Big Bacon, you were just on a show live from your truck. Wait, cruising. Chad, where was that A10 purchased? I just answered that, my friend, and that would be Ross or TJ Maxx. Oh, but Destro's Desk is in Canada.
Oh, hey, they're Toys R Us. They still have Toys R Us. They might have something.
They might, Toys R Us might.
Comparable.
Hey, Destro's Desk. If you can't find any of these where you are, I will hunt for another one by the holidays, and if I can find another one, I'll send it to you, dude. And then our buddy CubeTube sends a $5 super chat with no comment. Thanks, brother. Always appreciate you very much. Fat Red Foo says, I kit bashed all my Joes in the 90s, started with a repair to Tomax and Zaymont. Awesome. You want to see a fucking nightmare fuel Tomax and Zaymont?
Did you get that at Joe Fest? I think I saw that there. No,
my buddy Ryan sent me that. Is that not
hilarious.
insane?
Yeah, I love it. I think that's better.
Twins. It's so funny. Good night, George. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy.
George, you're the best, man.
Yeah, George is freaking awesome.
Yeah, so jealous of George and all his awesome Pallet Toy stuff. I'm so jealous of you and your awesome SAS Panther that you picked up. Beautiful.
I mean, but you know how it is, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint, and we find the deals when we find them, and that actually just came across.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be over here just taking old vamps and spray painting them soon, and just making them look like it because I've searched.
Do it, whatever. Do it. It's fine.
I got a whole bunch of these. Yeah.
I mean, you can do it.
Oh shit! In that closet, I've got a vamp in the baggie on the sprue, unassembled with the decals. It's like like the box got destroyed, but all the innards. So it's a vamp in the. I got to pull it out of there. It's in there. I picked it up at a flea market like in 1997.
Right.
It's awesome.
You know what I've been looking for lately is the light blue ferret.
Ooh, no.
Because like talking about vamps and all the different variations on the vamps, and then like the ferret, they kind of updated it here and there. But there was that mail away right? The direct to it wasn't called that. It was called like consumer services back then.
Yeah.
But they had the light blue, just like they had the lighter red fire bat. And I want that freaking light blue ferret so
I
bad.
have never seen that. Or, you know, I just maybe have seen it, but you know, I don't remember seeing it.
Absorb Vids, what is up, dude?
What's
Thanks
up?
for coming and hanging out with us even for a little bit here. Very cool. Largo's Lair says Punk with Toys awesome. The 1-8 team will welcome you if Chad continually snubs you. Why do I snub him? I don't snub Lawrence. Get out of here. I don't freaking snub anybody. Look, I've already had enough bullshit tonight. No more bullshit. May the Schwartz be with you.
So Joe, what you're saying is you'd be mad if like maybe someone didn't wait their turn in order for an event or a guest or something like that. That would bother you somehow? Is that what you're
What are we talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just, but wouldn't that get on your nerves? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and then Destro's desk. So if I can find another one and you can't find one, man, I'll hook you up for sure.
Yeah,
because that's what we all should be doing more of, right? Is hooking each other up with stuff. Because I think the toy community needs a little more of that and a little less of like that Nathan dude's bullshit, the stuff that we've been seeing. So
yeah,
you know, like, why do you go out of your way to make yourself look stupid? Like who does that? Anyway, Darth Gutierrez says, thank you for interacting with the chat. I appreciate it. Stay humble. Have a good one. You have a freaking awesome night, my man. Thank you for hanging out with us. And your beard is awesome, dude. That beard is rad. Stralco says, sorry to the whole chat. That troll ruined my happy place. Tell him
Patrick.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'll own that. Maybe I should have just kicked him out sooner, but I thought if I put him in a timeout that he would have chilled out, but I guess not. And
yeah, I didn't even see what he was writing.
I'm not afraid of motherfuckers and their stupid ass opinions, but at the same time, I'm sorry he kind of rained on your parade. So, I mean, if Chronically was still here because he's my moderator, motherfucker. Yeah, and then Matthew Matson, only you can choose your reaction. And that's why I didn't ban him, because people choose to get offended. And I mean, if Patrick got mad, that's cool, man. Get mad. But at least he owns it. I just it sucks, dude. It totally sucks. And the whole reason I even made that video about that Kennyverse motherfucker was because it wasn't even really about him versus Bobby Valla. Like, Bobby Valla's my best friend, even though we are friends, right? We are, like, that's a known thing. But I wasn't even like a this or a that or a him or a him. I was just saying, like, all that does is it hurts the attendees of Joe Fest, because then people started saying, I'm not going to go to Joe Fest. I'm not going to Joe Fest. And that's why, like, it sucks.
Yeah, it really pisses me off that, it's like, Joe Fest was like the one thing I've done or started doing for myself. And this is before Valaverse and everything, but, it all kind of grew together. And it's like that one thing I would look forward to all year. You know what I mean? And, to see that it's like divided, or even, like certain people won't be there, just really bothers me. And it sucks that it all stems from just immaturity.
Yep. Yeah. Samuel Edwards, Chronic is fired. Yeah, fuck yeah. Ray Bob says community helping each other out would definitely help resolve the distribution issues. Yep.
Yeah.
And
it also it's kind of like brought it to light too, because this is a few years ago, but like when this shit first started happening, like in 2020, like distribution just started getting wacky. Because like I said, and
it wasn't great since like 2017. It just took a problem and compounded it. Yeah, it just made it worse.
Yeah.
But there's a huge difference between the community helping each other out and these friggin' scalper types that are like, let me help you out, fam. Who like buy 12 of them and then sell them for overpriced. There's a big difference
half the time, you're just sending it and you know that someone's going to reciprocate in the future sometime, or
Yep.
you know, someone else would get your back. You know, people have sent
Uh-huh.
me stuff, I've sent people stuff, and I'm not looking for anything in return. Just trying to help out a fellow collector.
And
Because I got to tell you,
and
a
that's
small gesture like that goes a long way.
and some of us we can afford to pay for it and pay for the shipping and just say like, hey man, just like,
yeah,
not to be cliche, but pay it forward to
yeah,
somebody else. And some people can't. And the people who can't, then they can be like, well, hey, it was like $30 and the shipping is $12. And that's cool too. But it's
that's
not
awesome.
like,
Oh no, that's fine.
dude, I'll sell you this fucking rad fighter for $200, dude.
yeah,
Hooking
yeah.
you up,
You couldn't
fam.
find it? Good luck. I got you, bro.
Oh, they don't make these anymore?
Yeah.
$100, right?
As
Yeah,
soon as
no,
I heard you were looking for it, I was like, I'm gonna go buy them all up and
Yeah.
fucking milk that Chad.
That's that bullshit right there. That's that bullshit. Woodman's got to run. Will,
Woodman
Chad,
did
you
best.
just rock another fantastic stream. Thank you, Woodman. You're one of the people that made it fantastic. So appreciate it. Lauren says, always kick out trolls. They don't bring anything to your streams and ruin people's experiences. Not to say that I disagree with that. However, that's your house. And I, even though it kind of ticked off Patrick, which, was whatever. I did say I would own that. At the same time, if a dude wants to make himself look like a friggin' idiot, that's fine. I just ignored him, but whatever. Destros says, hey, at Toys R Us up here is a Soldier Force Mech 118 scale, perfect for a custom. Look it up if you want. I can send you one there, 50% off, $27. Is it that mech?
It is. Yeah, later on he's saying, oh, you already have it.
Oh, we have several of them. Yep. Paul Knapp, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Paul?
I can't wait till Chad makes a car rant of my channel. Why? Why would I do that? Because I made one about hella dope. Just as a joke. They kept freaking egging me on to do it, and I was like, I don't even have anything to say about you. I have zero distribution in Guatemala. Well, you live in Guatemala, dude. You just answer your phone. Yeah. I get by with a little help from my friends, yeah. And then Lila says we hardly get good stuff here in Australia, which is true, and it sucks. You mean this comment right here?
I think, have the Leonard the Core stuff that came out in like 2022. They have it in Australia, and I believe someone in New Zealand showed some that they have there too.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see that they're doing that Leonard warehouse 3-day sale thing? Dude,
I was
like, what?
No, I was gonna go. I was planning a trip up there and everything, but it's like 36 hours of driving. It's their last sale ever, and I just can't be sure that they're gonna have any of that product. Although I will say last year there was some dude live streaming on Facebook from that sale, and they pulled out boxes of carded O-ring figures from the late 80s, early 90s, and they were buying them up. And this was live, so it wasn't like a BS post or anything. So, man, I would love if someone could go there, but I just found out one of my store managers is going to a wedding that week, so I can't leave. And and it was kind of like a long trip for just not a sure thing. You know what I mean? I know it's their last warehouse sale ever, and things have been so screwy with Leonard for the last 4 or 5 years, or 3 years at least, as far as distribution goes. They've just kind of vanished in the U.S., and I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, Mikey's saying it's in Kansas City. Yeah, I don't have the time or the availability to go. It would be cool if they had some kind of option where you could buy online or whatever, but
I know. I wish they made those like that, those badass looking like Mad Max looking vehicles. Do you remember those? And they had that Sky Knight jet. Oh, it looks so great, but I haven't seen them.
I saw some pictures of the warehouse shelves that somebody just put up on Facebook, and it was like all the play sets, and I was like, damn it, man. That tempting. Really awesome dinosaur one with like that rock face play set, and I'm like, I want that.
I know that guy was pulling O-ring carded figures out, and I was like, oh, I could just go. drive up there, fill my car, drive back. I even thought of flying there, renting a U-Haul one way back, and throwing some toys in it and driving it
Now,
home.
see, that is dedication to the
I really
118
want that
scale.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, look, Lilith's like, Chad's going AWOL.
Never milk a
We're not
Chad.
talking about that. We're not talking about me going AWOL.
That's how
Cats
you
have
milk
nipples.
a Chad.
You just gotta. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Will, what's coming up next for you? Where can everybody who's still hanging out with us find you? And what's new, what's good, and what do they have to look forward to?
So you can find me over on Wilhelm Toy and Hobby every Sunday at 3:30 Eastern. We do the 118 show. That's 118 scale toy talk and news live. That's with my buddy Jim Largo. Also, I appear on just about every show on Largo's Lair. Largo's Lair has a episode coming up on Monday, Beasties and Baddies with Gojitron.
Yes.
They're doing a Halloween special. I was unable to make that one, but most of the time I am there. So yeah, if you want to check that out, that'll be on Monday. Lots of cool stuff coming. If you want to be a guest, we'd love to talk 118 scale toys. You know, anyone but Chad's welcome. And
Whoa!
I mean, everyone, including Chad, is welcome. No, I'm kidding. Of course,
I
Chad is
made
the
you
best.
your own friggin' wallpaper.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you like talking 118 scales toy stuff, come check us out. Wilhelm Toy and Hobby or Largo's Lair, you'll see me. We do the Infinite playlist over there, the AF3. Largo does some fantastic. His voyage into the unheimlich, the weird, the uncanny things there. So yeah, you can check out some of Largo's deeper dives into subjects. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, we could talk custom. Oh, hell yeah! Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Yes. I'd love to have you on, man. Whoa, I'm starstruck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it, but yeah, we could talk customs all day long, man.
You want to talk 118?
Customs.
You want to talk customs? You want to talk obscure?
Yeah.
I got right there. Yep.
All right, that'd be awesome.
And he has a friggin' beautiful smile.
Yeah, just
Can't go wrong with that.
guy.
Cool. Well, once again, for anybody who missed it at the beginning of the show that happens to still be loitering around here, this Sunday I have Mr. Ryan Laserpants from 3POA himself, and we're going to discuss nothing but HasLabs, just HasLabs. What
Just
funded,
HasLabs.
what worked, what sucked, what had QC problems. We're just talking HasLabs, not necessarily because of Giant Man, but I just wanted to talk HasLabs, and I might have another surprise guest pop in, unconfirmed as of yet. And next Wednesday for Toy Talk, talking everything Star Wars, Joe, Legends, hitting all the discount outlets with this fool right here.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I can't
nice.
wait to have Jeff Hicks
Got some
on.
good shows coming up.
I've loved world-class bullshitters for years and years and years. And yeah, that's gonna be rad. It's gonna be super cool. And Hicks is he's such a humble, nice guy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to. Thanks so much for inviting me." I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah, so it'll be rad. It'll be rad.
That's how I feel coming on here, or having any
No way,
guests on
dude.
my show.
Come on, we're bros. I ate your potato
I
chips. We're
know.
buddies. Masterversal says a good stream there tonight, sirs.
Oh, thanks.
Until
Thanks,
next
buddy.
time, good night and good journey. And yo, Joe. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you. Eric says superpowers. Nice intro. Yeah, because it was just a little stinger. You know what I mean? And then Mikey says Chad Man and his amazing friends. Well, you're one of them, dude. So,
Yeah.
Will, I can't thank you enough for hanging out with me.
No, thank
I
you.
missed
man.
you, dude, and I
Yeah.
knew we were going to have a fun time chatting 118 stuff. So,
I
thank
love
you
it.
so much. And to everybody in the chat, the chats who make it fun. And again, I'm sorry for the troll.
Yeah,
and,
we'll have to continue the conversation over on my channel or do this again sometime because, yeah, we could keep going. There's so much more to cover. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do both. Bear 11 Charlie, thank you very much for you, because you're one of the people that makes it fun. All right, Will, you're
Yep.
signing us off, my dude. What do you got?
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Have a great night. See you next time.
Have an awesome day.